We're having a show today. Mark and Big Bad Mama has something to say.
Quite a few things to say.
Yeah, so we were on Mark Stoney's stream the other night, and the topic, of course, was the elevator incident with Richard Dawkins. And, everybody presented their side. So I think I think we've kind of already covered that ground quite a bit. But
Yeah.
I would like to talk about the chat, what happened at the end of Mark's stream. Um, so we have Dan in the chat starts saying the rats aren't even aware that I'm setting a trap for them. He made several comments to the effect that he's setting a trap. Now, in his stream with the Proverbs guys, he claimed that the trap was the show or whatever, but he was saying that the trap's going to spring or what have you. So that was it. That was at the first messages, and then all of a sudden somebody shows up in the chat and starts a name that we don't recognize, and
That
he doesn't identify himself or anything about him. He just comes in and starts talking to Claude, making crude remarks to try to engage Claude. Um, and this goes on for several messages, and Claude never takes the bait.
right.
Um, so the and finally, there's a dialogue between Dan and this person, and it's Dan's 11-year-old child that he has allowed into Mark's chat, and the one that has been making the crude remarks. And some of them were really crude. I'm not even going to say what they are. But Dan gets called out for it, because what is Dan's role in this? Why is he letting his child in the chat to begin with? And why is he letting his kids say these crude things to individuals in the chat? And then Dan himself is kind of denying that he knows who it is, and he's also asking, like Father Charles, "Do you think that person's funny?" Meaning his kid. Just trying to get somebody to react to the crude messages that he had put forth.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it turns out, Dan says, "That's my 12-year-old," and then the kid says, "No, I'm 11." And so everybody's like, "Dan, why are you allowing your child into this chat, saying these things?" And of course, he gets all defensive. And then his comeback is going to the Stephen Alexander drowning at DAL and basically inquiring of Mark, weren't you 100 feet away when this child died with no lifeguards, yet you're trying to blame Kent? Um, and, a couple, if not more, messages to that effect. Am I saying that right, Mark?
Yeah, he was asking me about playing pool, which I was playing pool with Steven Alexander's dad. I had no idea his kids couldn't swim. Like that was just not even on my mind. I mean, my daughter was out in the lake too, along with all the other kids. But I mean, they're dang fishes. They've been swimming for a long time, and I was keeping an eye on my kid and doing the best I could to keep an eye on other kids too. I mean, I'm always watchful. I'm always vigilant. I didn't know this guy before that day. I didn't know all of his kids. I think he had 5 kids there, maybe 6. I don't really remember. He had a pretty big family, but I wasn't familiar with his family. I wasn't familiar with his kids, and I was actually the one that raised the alert that one of his kids was getting kind of far out to the deeper end of the lake, and that's when his dad ran out and got that boy. But in that chaos of running like a madman, through the water, I think that the chaos just kind of over shadowed what happened to Steven. And Could I have done better? Absolutely. Was it something that I'm at fault for? I mean, I live with
You
that
weren't
guilt,
at
but
fault.
yeah, I live with the guilt of having been able to do something possibly, but you can't look at things retrospectively and blame yourself. You can learn from it and move on. And I certainly have learned to be much more vigilant, around bodies of water with children. I mean, that was
But
a
what did
traumatic
it have to do
experience
with the
for all of us.
topic?
Absolutely nothing. It was a total deflection. It was Dan trying to get the heat off of himself because he was lying and doubling down on his lies, and then uh, basically disparaging anybody and everybody that had anything to say about it. And I just happened to be in his sights at that time. So, I mean, Dan is a dishonest person. He, going on from even like the Richard Dawkins stuff, which I think we've covered that uh, pretty well ad nauseum at this point. But he's lied multiple times since then. He made the claim that we accused him of committing an unforgivable sin. There were a few others. I'd have to go back through the chats and see them or
Well,
listen.
we detailed them in a previous show, so they're all
Yeah,
there. You know.
yeah. But he was just going off on pretty much anybody and everybody that didn't accept his. Oh well, maybe it wasn't Richard Dawkins, but we don't know that. I mean, he was just trying to deflect from his whole lie. But to bring his kid and Big Bad Mama, you and I have talked about this. Like he kept saying he's springing a trap, he's springing a trap, and then come to find out the trap is actually he's trying to get people to talk inappropriately with his son. Which
Right. Otherwise,
what?
why would he have him on the chat making crude comments to people? Or, if he didn't know he was making comments, when he saw that he was making crude comments, put a stop to it immediately.
Well, he
That-
knew all along that that
right.
was his son. I mean, he played it off like being disingenuous, like he didn't know who it was. Does anybody know this guy? Does anybody think he's funny? Like playing it off like he doesn't know who it is, and then he comes out and is like, "Hey, why are you talking to my 11-year-old kid, you pervert?" And it's like,
Exactly.
Dan, dude, why is your 11-year-old kid in an adult chat room? Like, this is ridiculous.
With
YouTube
your
terms,
knowledge.
yeah, YouTube terms of service says you have to be 13 years old to even have a YouTube account. And apparently, this kid's got his own YouTube account. And he's 11, so that is violating terms of service. And then he wants to turn around and blame us for conversing with the guy. And I said, "Hey, Dan's son, how do you feel about, or are you proud of your lying dad?" And this is, of course, after he's already brought my daughter into the discussion. He brought the whole incident with Steven into the discussion. I mean, he's just been throwing mud up against the wall and seeing what sticks this whole time. And I had had enough of it. Like
Right.
the guy lied. He won't admit that he lied. He still won't admit that he lied. He's like, "Oh, well, we don't have the evidence that he wasn't there." It's like, but yes, we do. And I don't know. He just can't accept that. So he's tried anything and everything that he could to get the heat off of him and put it on somebody else. And gosh, the last text message we exchanged, like he was calling me a viper, saying all this just ugly stuff about me, calling me a snake, a rat, all this, and it's like, dude, what is your deal? Like, you made a mistake. I mean, just say I lied about. I didn't tell the truth, and I was wrong, and I'm sorry about that. And that's all you got to do. But instead, he decides to go on a character assassination spree, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, what what is so difficult about saying, "Hey, I made a mistake. I said something that was inaccurate, and my bad." But he can't bring himself to do that.
And using your kid like that to, it's just inexcusable.
Yeah. And in the last message he said, he's like, "I'm praying that your daughter survives her childhood with you." It's like, what the hell, dude? Like, what is that
I'm
even supposed
praying
to
that your
mean?
child survives her that your child survives her childhood.
Yeah.
That's what he wrote.
Here. Yeah, it says, "I pray you." Okay. I'll just read the whole last message. He said, "This will be our last conversation. because I don't mind you bullying me because I stand with the creator of the universe, forgave even my embarrassing mistake last Sunday, but I will not stand a confessing Christian who bullies an 11-year-old. I will be praying that you were just a prodigal son and not a child of wrath. I probably gave you a compliment about being a thug. It was no compliment. You were a gutter bully. I pray you repent. I will be praying for your daughter that she survives her childhood. What a disgusting thing to say.
Totally.
Just, what else could that mean other than you're an unfit parent and chances are your daughter's going to die because of that? Like, what the hell?
Just horrible. Just horrible. And to make it clear, his kid did not say anything about who he was or what his age was when he showed up in the chat using crude language, correct?
Yeah. Right. Nobody knew who that was. Missing Mod thought it was Woohoo.
Right. Some people thought it was Christian.
Yeah. I don't think Christian Pike would make D's nuts.
He
jokes,
wouldn't.
though.
He wouldn't. I know. So I think that's that's all I have to say about it. I just think I needed to bring it up because I've never seen something that egregious in at least a long time, if not ever. What's that, Logan?
Is there? Oh,
Speak of the devil and he will show up.
Hello, guys. It's just a blessing I was able to hear this, to come on.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from Dan right now. Thank you for doing that. Dan can ponder this and think about what he did. Instead of reacting emotionally in the moment, he can contemplate those things and maybe come back with a little bit more measured response.
Fat chance.
Let's watch the Loop and Mark interaction now, if it's possible.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't on it. Dan went on Lupin's show last night.
Oh, okay.
To spread more lies. But Logan, you want to pull that up? Gangster Ghost. Can you hear me?
yeah.
Hey, GG. Okay.
He hears you.
You got it, Gangster?
Do you know the name of the show?
It
That
was
episode?
his. Yeah, it was See Now and Know, the last one he did last night. I don't know if he's streamed since then, but yeah, it was the show he did last night.
Online. Here's one. Townsend 10 replay. Is that it?
I'm not sure what it was titled.
Yeah,
But it was.
No,
Yeah, it was last night.
He might have pulled it because I had a hard time finding it yesterday too.
I see if we were watching a video of that with him on there.
Lupin took the stream down, I've been told.
Oh, okay.
Here's one. It looks like he did a reply to it. Would this be it?
I think it's the Corinthians 10 replay, yeah. But Dan comes on. Maybe it's not. Maybe he did. I don't know. Oh, he is. Okay, so he's doing like he's watching.
Is this it?
Let's see. Yeah, it's the Corinthians 10 replay, I suppose.
Yeah, I found it right before he came on.
All right, cool.
But yeah, I found this video the other day, and I want to see if this is fact checked because this is pretty impressive. It's just going back to all these atheists always asking for, evidence and, how much evidence can we give you? We give you historical evidence, we give you scientific evidence, we give you physical evidence, and it never seems like it's good enough. But let me just play this.
Uh-oh. Have you lost connection?
Video because I thought it was
No, I think
Oh,
that's
there we
on
are.
his show.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Oh, okay.
You think you know a show off? How about God? Check this out. Inside our DNA, there's a unit called a sulfuric bridge. The thing that holds our entire DNA strand together. It only appears after every 10 nucleic acids have been laid down, then every 5 nucleic acids, then every 6 nucleic acids, then every 5. We get these repeating numbers of 10, 5, 6, and 5, in which they've never ever changed in anybody. And it turns out the biblical name for God, Yahweh, has the same numerical value as our DNA.
Logan.
Yod, He, Vav, He. Here's what's even more interesting. You take the Hebrew name of God and place it on its side.
I don't think that's it. Because Lupin was just talking at the end of his... Lupin was talking at the end of his stream about to wrap it up.
I would like that to be kind of fact checked, and everything, because I mean, if that is
Can you pause it for a second?
Yeah.
How much more evidence can we give you? I mean, I don't.
Yeah, but they'll find a way out of that. Well, this is a coincidence. I mean,
I think this is. I'm not sure.
So we don't have the one right with Lupin and Dan.
Yeah, it was just Lupin and Dan. They weren't reviewing anything.
So I think that one got pulled.
Oh. Okay.
Unless Logan found it.
I'm looking too. I gotta look through my history because he might have just unlisted it.
He's on there talking about what he's going to do and stuff.
Okay. Do you know where it's at, Logan?
This is it.
Okay.
This is the only one I could find of it. I have to see. I'm not sure. Ruben, he takes up. Ruben.
If that is true, I mean,
that's the only one I see of it.
I found it.
You did?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Private chat. And yeah, it's unlisted. But there it is. I put it in the private chat.
Okay. Ruben. He takes up Ruben.
Well, this time it was Dan. So yeah, go ahead. I think it's like not all the way to the end, but kind of like 3/4 of the way. When Dan comes on.
I have it under the liked videos. Let me see if I can remember.
Yeah, keep going.
See if I can at least remember what the
You'll see Dan pop in there.
Topic was.
There he is.
Actually, you know what I could do? Yeah, like I said, C-Science, I'd like to. I would get into the topic a little bit more. It's a little bit difficult to do. It's a little bit difficult to do whenever you're doing the show on your own, because then there could be a lot of dead air. So I have to because I would have to go in, pull up the verse, read the verse, and then just kind of go through the chat. And it just kind of becomes a little bit awkward. If I had a co-host here, it'd be a lot easier to do, because they could kind of fill in any kind of dead air and things like that. So, but it is a good question. Salvation from what? To be saved from what? King's Table brought that up previously. Whenever we're talking about our salvation, it's not necessarily the salvation of our souls, but our salvation of our physical lives. So we have to look into it. So it's a very, very deep question. It's a very good question, Sea Science. I really do like that question. And I don't know, maybe if we can go back and look at that, if you want to go back and look at that video again, maybe you missed it, maybe he explained it, maybe he didn't.
Keep Gangster fast forward a little bit more.
It's a very
Dan
complicated
comes on
topic,
there.
so he may not have gotten it.
Hey, pause it real quick.
But
Pause. Yeah, Dan, what I said to your son was, are you proud of your lying dad? I don't need to pull it up. I can just say what I said.
In fact, if Dan wants, I have all the screenshots. I can have a separate show where we show the screenshots in detail, one by one in chronological order, if that's what he really wants.
Or we could do that here.
Well, I say I don't think we need to at this point.
Okay.
I mean, we kind of already covered it, and we were accurate in our coverage, I think. So I don't really want to show his kids, messages in the chat even.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
We do have some of the screenshots from Dan's own chat comments regarding the boy who drowned at DAL, but I think we covered that, and I don't really, I don't like to talk about that so much because of you, Mark, and what it brings up. So I say we just move on with this.
Sure. Yeah, that was a really low blow. I mean, that
Right.
was a traumatic event, and Dan's trying to shift the blame to me. And I never blamed Kent. I never did. I said that Kent ultimately is responsible for the safety of his park, but I did not blame Kent for that boy's drowning.
And just what was the topic? What did it have to do with anything at that point in time?
Nothing at all. He was
That's the big thing. That's the big thing.
Yeah, he's just deflecting because for days on end, he would not concede that he lied about Richard Dawkins. And like I said, that's we covered that ad nauseum. But what's really been grinding my gears is the fact that Dan wants to just character assassinate anybody and everybody that has anything to do with that conversation, because he doesn't want to man up and say he was wrong.
Right, and to do it in such a way that he brings his kid to do it for him or help do it for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it seems like to me. And, why did Dan let his kid on there to begin with? Why did he let him say the things he did? And when he knew, if he found out at some point later, which I don't think so based on what I've seen, why didn't he just delete the messages or just stop the kid at that point?
Oh, he knew. He knew.
Yeah, he knew. He knew.
He says, luckily once Mark, my name is spelled with a K, it's M-A-R-K, Dan, it's really not that hard. Luckily once Mark got into the chat more and I made my son get out because I know Mark has that nature. What nature? Dan, what nature do I have that you know of? Go ahead and say it. You know you want to. Come on, just a little more slander. Let's hear it, Dan.
What nature do you have, Dan, by letting an 11-year-old chat without informing anybody that there's an 11-year-old? What sort of nature is that, Dan?
Yeah, let's get our kids involved in internet drama. That's
Right.
rich right
Really
there.
smart thing to do.
I don't know. You want to let him come on and see if he can defend himself somewhere other than the chat? Come on in, Dan. Danny boy. Yeah, he's probably not going to. Because he is a coward.
Thank you, Logan, for posting the link.
Well, so while we wait
Okay.
for Dan, how's everybody doing?
Okay.
Good to hear. He said later date. Okay. Well, Dan's a liar. That much is clear. Still not sure why he thinks setting traps with kids is a good idea.
Yeah, not exactly sure about that.
Look, Dan, if you didn't want Philip talking to adults, you shouldn't let him on YouTube. Plain and simple.
Right.
Ooh, I found a car.
Logan, how are you doing today?
Okay.
Good. It's always good to talk to you on the phone. I enjoy that.
Oh, thank you.
Logan. Go ahead, Mark.
I just wanted to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say if you wanted to skip ahead in the video to where Dan comes on, or we can just go to a whole different topic entirely since he's not going to join us.
Yeah, what about if we go to the Lupin video where he was talking to you, Mark? Was that one already covered, or?
I don't know. Did you guys watch that? I went to go play video games with him, and he quit playing video games as soon as I showed up.
Yeah, but you guys had a conversation that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Logan, did you cover that already, or did Father Charles, or?
No. I think it was funny of Lupin. He's a funny guy. Oh.
Can we play that one?
Okay. Hi, Claude.
Claude Bowles.
This is so funny because D, or I'll call him DD, dishonest, deceptive, desperate Dan, is lying in the same way as he did about Dawkins. This shows the true nature of the creature, and I think what is wonderful is that in the chat I've been ignoring him, and I just love that he can go back to his Proverbs guys' lies and be the big hero there. I just think it's appalling. It is clearly obvious that he tried to be deceptive, putting his son on the show. We were meant to guess who it, and asking questions. Is that what he knew all along? Because he doesn't have a mind. He can't send a mind of a steel trap. It sort of like fails. And once again, and he has dug a hole. We can ignore him. I wouldn't bother having him on anybody's show, but I'm quite happy to see him in the chat because it just condemns himself over and over again.
What's he saying out there, Claude? Can you summarize it?
Yeah, let me have a look. It's and that's why I'm saying, some of these things. When I was on, I knew that I forget what the person's name was, but I didn't know who it was. And I didn't rise to any bait that he was trying to set. So he now gets all upset when someone replies to the mystery person who turns out to be his son on the channel. It's dumber than rocks, isn't it? It really is. Let me have a look. Oh, I'm just trying to see how I can. It's quite confusing because it's the 23rd, is it? April show? Is that what it is?
Yes. Yeah. Today is the 23rd.
There's chats, there's comments from 10 hours ago. So it must be confused with another show. There's 3 physical comments, but He is active in the. Let me see if I can find. Okay.
Well, he's really going to town in this current chat. It seems like
Oh, yeah. Well,
I
of
can't
course,
read any of them, but
like everything he said, you have to understand that it's coming from a position of deceptive dishonesty. But okay, so some of the things. I told Missing Maud I will have a show on her channel to highlight the hypocrisy and the evil hearts of the humanity. That was a novel protection from the Bible. I think he means prediction. He's chucking those words around a lot lately. Novel prediction, but of course he leaves the testable bit out.
He must have watched the Tom Jump show.
Testable, but I don't know if he means, because did you hear all the rubbish from Achilles that if anybody used the name balls, they'd be banned from the comment? That's like a novel testicle prediction. That's what occurred to me.
I know I felt bad for Sir Sniffs a lot because he just wanted an answer to his question, and he got called. He got almost blocked for it.
Yeah. Someone comes on and says, Dan, who would want to go on a show to hear your lies? And Speed Romans gets on super cringe. Yeah, he did some really childish shit. And Truck Driving Billy says, yeah, Dan is super cringe. I won't read the things that I said. Oh, did I get kicked out of here? That was when he was on his whiny voice was on the actually speaking. And then he says, great, more false accusations. And of course, Mark wanted me out because he is one that crudely addressed that 11-year-old. What a disingenuous thing.
Oh my God.
How was what I said to that kid crude?
Yeah. It wasn't.
It was the kid was crude, put up to it by his father who allowed it. There is just no way around that. Desperate Dan. My goodness.
Desperate Dan.
The only place he will ever get on is Proverbs guy. Maybe Missing Maud will. I certainly wouldn't go on the show.
And Claude, he went after you first, if you
you
noticed.
Yeah, because
he wanted you to say something very inappropriate and then reveal to you that you were speaking to a child. But you never took the bait, which was great.
Well, I'm a bit
Go
more
ahead.
intelligent than that. He's just. It's so funny to see someone like that think they're going to get one over you, instead of just being honest. That's all he. This whole thing would have gone away had he unequivocally said, I was wrong about Richard Dawkins, and I really, not that Richard would probably ever see or hear it, I apologize to Richard for that. Didn't, that's all he had to do. But no, it gets to this extent. And then, and he's making excuses now. But anyway, we'll continue on. The ones I saw him making ball jokes or something, blah blah blah. Oh, the only reason I only came on today because Big Bad Mama said how crude his statements were, and I wanted Mark to tag them so we can go over them like adults. So I don't know what these are. Yeah.
I'm not going to post the kids' messages.
No, because then he'll say, "Oh, you posted messages." This is
right. No, I'm not going to fall for that. I'm not going to fall for that trap. Dan, you know exactly what he said.
Yeah, he's a person, isn't he? He really is.
Yeah, if you think that language is fine for an 11-year-old to say to strangers on the internet, that's up to you. That's on you. But you're not going to, we're not going to do what you want us to do.
Yeah, this is a show for adults, and it's
right.
Just appropriate. I mean, I know that in that whole field of DAL, etc., there's a lot of stuff, goes on with kids, and I would have hoped that Dan wasn't like that, but never mind. I'm not going to say anything more. I certainly
Dan,
because there's no proof that he isn't. We're going to take the Dawkins thing. Sorry, I'll let you go say something, and then I'll read some more of his comments.
Well, I was going to read the comment. He was asking Chuck in my chat, do you think the guy, or do you think not the guy is funny? That was not the guy 5757 is Dan's kid. Then not the guy 5757 says, "Have y'all ever farted really hard and your pants turn brown?" Okay, yeah, that's childish humor. Sure, whatever. But Dan is insinuating that he doesn't know who this guy is, and there was
Dan knew
more
about
before
it at
that
that
too.
point, for
Yeah,
sure. I can
so
prove that.
yeah, I'm gonna, if I can get this thing to open. Well, I don't want to share it because it has people's names, but Dan said in, let's see. So not the guy says, "Hey Claude, can I ask you something? Do you who Deez is?" Yeah, and then Missing Mod replied, somebody else replied, somebody says, "Oh, do you know who Deez is?" Then he says, "Deez nuts, funny, haha." And then Dan comes in there and says, "Claude, is that your account saying Deez balls?"
Right.
Like
Really?
he's trying to say that was you, Claude, saying Deez nuts.
Really? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I missed a lot of this. That's just disgraceful. What a devious person he is.
Like
I can't be bothered with it. I certainly won't be bothered with him anyway in the future. That is just got disgusting. To
what
try and he's so it's his own kid on the show. He knows it's his kid on the show, and he asks if it's me on the show.
Yeah.
On that
He knows his kid's channel name
Yeah.
too. So I
Sure.
mean, that's just it's another lie, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a real one. That's real.
It's a bad one.
And another thing, like I said before, you have to be 13 years old to have a YouTube account. That's terms of service. So, yeah, you're breaking YouTube rules, Dan, and lying.
Oh, here he goes. In the chat, he says, "The reason I could not address the trap was because I muted the video because I found out my son had got on without me knowing it."
Yeah, right.
Is that right?
That was after he was saying, "Oh, is that you, Claude? Does anybody find not the guy funny?"
Right.
Like that
And
to
he's
me
trying to
was the
say he
trap,
didn't
that
know.
he's trying to get somebody to engage with his son in
Yeah.
an adult conversation.
That's
Right.
appalling. So he's trying to say that he didn't know about it in this chat here. So he's doubling down again. That is a characteristic. He does double down. Oh,
Yeah,
my
double
goodness.
down, Dan.
This is bad. I'm here at the video and monitor his chat, so he didn't think it was something bad. Well, I don't know what that means. 1 minute he didn't know, and then he does know. That's another thing. And truck driving Billy says, "Dad, that's pretty pathetic of you to use your son as a guinea pig." Speed Roman said, "You are the one that put your 7-year-old kid in that position, Dan." Geez,
Right.
well, that's blasphemy. I don't like to do that, but I agree with what Roman says. Blah, blah, blah. Someone says you've been caught again. Firstly, putting your son on the show and allowing him to write crude things, then blaming Mark for it. I'd say your time on any good show is over. Go back to Proverbs, guys.
Yeah.
And then Posy says, "Great 11-year-old humor that Proverbs guys are ridiculed about because they blocked people for using them." Well, I don't know what that means. That's gibberish. Put down false accusation there, Mark. Be man enough to let me come on the show. My son was listening front. Oh, well, I think we've seen that one. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, he did come on a little while ago, but he was being disingenuous, talking about, "Oh, it's such a blessing to be here, la da 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 da." Dude, shut up. Get off your high horse. Face
Right.
the facts, man.
Face the music.
You done messed up, all right? You done
Someone
screwed up.
says what a poor example of a father he is. I won't mention the things that I say about improving his own whatever. The more he says, because I'm happy to see him in the chat, because the more he says, the more he actually proves things. And then he wants Ghost to put up the chat showing Mark addressing a known 11-year-old.
It wasn't in the chat.
Red herring. Yeah, it's another.
It was in the chat. Yeah, it was in the chat. I'm sorry.
You already said what it was. You
Yeah.
already said exactly what it was. So.
Yeah. And then, what cowards and evil not to let the person you're attacking be in person. Well, I think we did. And then he said, oh, he couldn't. When you said he could come back, oh, no, it didn't suit. But he's still in the chat. So how come it doesn't suit for him to come on? More rubbish.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah. Let's go through further. Someone says Dan Goes Crybaby. Oh, that sounds like Creationist Crybaby, but he doesn't. Dan Goes Crybaby, but as Proverbs guys, friends ban people regularly. That's right. So he's gone.
True.
Yeah. Then he wants you to pull up the comments that you made to his son. So once again, prevaricating. He's totally ignoring the fact that he put his son up there in a disguised capacity and he even asked if it was me, when all along he knew it was his son. I think that is the real thing. That is a blow to my heart,
And ask others what they thought about his comments.
I never thought he could be that low. I mean, that's bad. Truck driving Billy says, I don't see nothing wrong with Mark's comments towards your son because you're the one that put him in that position. Oh, at last.
Very true, Billy.
Chair here.
I could have said a lot worse.
Yeah, Dan says, I do want to see because I did stop some jokes. Oh, so he now knows that he was on. Right, okay. He didn't know he was on, but he now knows that he was on. So I do want to see because I did stop some jokes that he was going to tell him that would not be appropriate to tell a girl. Do you know what that means? Seems to be a little bit young for that sort of thing.
Inappropriate to tell a girl?
Yeah, I don't know how.
I guess Missy Maud was the only...
That's his standard. Truck driver Billy, Dan says, you have no problem with Mark addressing an 11-year-old directly. So once he will not recognize the point that he knew his son was on, he deceptively asked who else that it could have been, was it, and blah, blah, blah. And then now he comes on all crybaby because Mark might have said something to him. I mean, for goodness sake, that's a joke. Truck driving Billy is really good. You are the one that ultimately allowed your son access to be there, and you were in the room, obviously. So he didn't just talk to him directly; he did it with you there.
Yep.
And then I
knew Dan was going to see that.
idea who the unknown person was in that show, and I didn't, because I have a wrench, and I thought, oh, he's being a bit silly. Do I block him? I thought, no, that's sort of a Proverbs guy tactic. I won't do that. Dan, thank you, Big Bad Mama. I'll go on your show and we'll go through them because I might have missed monitoring something that was really bad. Well, I don't think, first of all, you don't have a show, but I don't think you have any intention.
That's one problem.
I don't think you have any intention of having that creature as a guest on your show somehow.
No, I mean, if he wants to come on this show because we're talking about him now, but otherwise, I don't want to be in other streams talking to him.
It could be the end
of what he's done to my, it wasn't what he did to me, it was what he did to my friends, and I'm protective of my friends. Yeah. And I don't, I think that this is very nefarious, what he did. I mean, other people might see this as maybe, not as something that's not as serious as I see it, but I just see this whole thing as a very serious thing that he did. And to try to, use a child basically to make people make statements that he can then use against them because he still won't answer the question about Richard Dawkins. Yeah. I mean, isn't that ultimately what this comes down to?
Yeah. You could do a game, a board game, for all the family could play, and it could go on for weeks, snakes and slides and all sorts of things. Here we go. Dan asked Truck Driver Billy, do you think it's appropriate any time for an adult who's having issues with another adult to address the 11-year-old son? Well, it was him that put the son on.
Ridiculous.
Deceptive way, and once again, He will not acknowledge that. What a disgrace. Someone says here the best way to treat Dan is to ignore him, and I think that's probably will after this. Get this all out of the way and then don't bother with him anymore. Yeah, and Dan says, Big Bad Mama, save those ones then for your show when I'm on it. Well, I think he's wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. Dan, truck driver, blah, blah, blah. Truck driver Billy, I had already pulled my son off the chat once Mark gets there because I know he can go deep and dark. You mean the son that you didn't know was there, but you tried to pretend, could it be, all that sort of thing. His deception catches him out all the time.
And according to the kid, Mark can correct me if I'm wrong here, Dan didn't even know his correct age. Dan said he's 12, and the kid says afterwards, I'm 11, Dad.
Oh, well,
Well, that's not that uncommon. My daughter's
I
10,
know, but
and I said she was 8 the other day.
Okay.
I do apologize because my mind is racing all the way around like fireworks. Well, that's not an apology. He's apologizing if his mind is racing like fireworks. That's not the issue. He should be apologizing for the deception he used his son for, and then crying when Mark said something to the son. I didn't even realize until much later that it was the son, and he should be apologizing for his claim about Richard Dawkins. That's all. But of course, it's gone much deeper and darker since then.
Right. Once Mark made that comment about to his son, Dan then used that comment because he had no other material that he had been trying to get from you and others. So that's what he honed in on, was that comment, which was nothing. And then he's, using that over and over again, supposedly as a hammer to try to beat Mark. And it doesn't work because people start calling him out. Why did you let your child in the chat? And so then Dan goes even darker and brings up Stephen Alexander, who drowned, and tried to, say that Mark was, the implication was he was somehow responsible. And that is just lower than low.
And then this is where it gets good. Mark Stoney, didn't you just supply me evidence yesterday about your last accusation of me lying on Messenger? I don't know what that means. Dan, who is projecting now? Oh, we will go through it. I will do an official total apology because it was only yesterday, Mark. You gave me evidence that I hadn't seen. I mean, this is right, but this evidence I hadn't seen is just.
He hadn't seen it, but he said in his message to me that he had seen it, that he missed that part.
My goodness, wouldn't it be awful to be stuck in heaven with a Dan Posey? Wouldn't it? It'd be as bad. I don't know who would be worse to be in heaven with, him or Kent. It's just, And by the way,
I'd rather be with. I'd be with Kent.
I'd like to be in heaven with Mod, my good friend Mod. No,
right.
But not with these other clowns.
I would choose Kent.
Yeah. Well, we could go to heaven on earth, but I won't go because then I'll be accused of being crude and rude by people who are, and all this sort of nonsense, whereas I'm just having fun. I did not, Dan, now this is rude. I did not let my son on there. He was there for how long, I do not know, before I caught him. Does that sound plausible?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Because he was
asking for one thing,
leading questions, wasn't he? He was asking leading questions about it.
Right.
Who do you think that is?
And Dan was in the chat at the same time and would have recognized his channel. He knows his kid's channel. So,
So he doubles down. So I did not let my son on there. He was on there for how long? I do not know, before I caught him. Then why were the questions there about who do you think that is? I just find
exactly.
And here we go. Dan says he said D's balls. Is that over the top crude? Well, I'm not. Don't know. That's not up for me to answer. But
Well, according to Achilles.
Achilles, yes, Achilles, your hero Achilles. That is extremely crude. Would get you banned from a show if you said balls, even
Right.
spelled BWLES. You know, not the actual way. I mean, but you know, for me, the main issue is the deception, absolute deception. And Dan is trying to arrange a show with the MM, which is good, Missing Mod, if that's what he wants to, if they want to do. I got on live today, but Mark blocked me because he knows he doesn't want to hear the truth. Now, the guy is still there, so you did make the offer for him to come on, and he then said no. Was that right?
Yeah. All right, I found the message that Dan sent me Monday after I sent him the article. Well, I posted the article on my stream comment section to show him where Rebecca Watson had said she had never spoken to the guy before. And he says, "Thank you, Mark. After how many hours of being a Viper, you finally come up with that. Congratulations. I can now say that it was not Richard Dawkins in the elevator for sure, or at the bar that night, because she is saying that after the conference, she was talking about sexist issues, including misogyny, with other thoughtful atheists. Well, we all agreed Thursday night with Mark Reed that that is not Richard Dawkins' character. So cool. This is actually an article I read and missed the fact that it was thoughtful atheists. Thank you, Mark. Now you can apologize for addressing an 11-year-old in a chat."
Oh, dear.
So he had seen the article. Dan, how many are you a pathological liar? Like, have you been diagnosed with some kind of psychological thing that prevents you from telling the truth? Because that's what it's starting to sound like. Because you're just compounding lies on top of lies on top of lies. Like, if that's what we're dealing with you, okay. But if not, then you're just being nefarious.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the end of it.
Thank you, Claude, for reading those.
Yeah, so just so you knew what was going on.
Thank you very much.
I can't understand how the YouTube does the because when I can see the live comments on this one, but on the other one, I'm seeing comments from 10 hours ago.
And I would encourage anybody who wants to look at that chat from that show to go on Mark Stoney's stream, his Richard Dawkins controversy stream, and the chat is on the side, and you can follow along what happens for yourself. Because a lot of the comments didn't make it onto if you clicked onto the video and the chat, I don't think that those comments are there anymore, but they are on the video itself.
Yes.
Up to a point, and then the stream kind of ends, and it's just, I think, Mark's outro.
Yeah. I left the stream running because the chat was still hopping.
Right. So, if we want to cover something else, we can, or if we want to end the stream, we can. I don't mind either way.
We could end in a more light-hearted note. We can talk about anything else.
Yeah.
Missing Mod says, "I need the balls." I was a bit.
Mod, why don't you come on here and talk to us, and we'll change the subject.
Better watch out. There might be an 11-year-old in the chat talking about balls. You might get us all banned from Proverbs, guys. Oh, wait. That already happened.
I thought it was quite funny because if Achilles, they can have a joke about his telescope and the size of it and laugh, and I think it's funny too. I'm not going to complain and go all prudish about that, but at the same time, you can have a laugh about my family name. It's fun, it is funny. I don't get all crybaby about it. I shouldn't use that word crybaby like derogatory, because creationist crybaby is brilliant.
Might take offense.
I grew up with the last name Stoney. You can imagine how many jokes can be made of that one. I mean, it's a name. It's not profanity. Balls is your surname. It's not.
And it's
There's
not
nothing wrong with it.
But
Yeah,
I did
it's not even
know that.
spelled. And what are they going to do if how are they going to talk about baseballs or basketballs or footballs or tennis balls or beach balls or an army ball or what? And, what are you going to do? How
I
in the
didn't.
world can you have a show when the word balls is banned?
I just thought it was funny because there's a member of parliament in the British Westminster, and you know what his name is? Ed
Balls.
Balls. And every time if I was to see, I haven't heard of him for a long time, but if I was reading a newspaper or something, when I saw the name, I sort of, that's sort of quite funny because his name is spelled the same, whereas mine isn't.
Oh, Missy Mod's going to come on for a little while, I think.
Hey,
Well,
here.
imagine growing up with the last name Mama.
Right?
I mean,
Everyone,
I had to go through.
Hey, Gangster's trying to speak.
Oh, sorry, Gangster.
I'm Miss Mod,
Can you hear me?
and
Hi, Mod.
everyone, I have to leave. You guys keep on going without me.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, Logan.
I have the
See you
power.
soon.
Oh,
Are you
sorry.
going to? Are you going to see Miguel?
No. Sorry, Miss Mod, but I have to go.
Hi.
Talk to you guys later.
Okay.
See you, buddy.
See ya.
Bye.
Mod, you got a really nice background there.
Thank you.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I just made it.
It's like Barbie. It's my Barbie doll.
I think it's cute. But well, that sucks that Logan left.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be able to come back. Hopefully, I don't know.
What are we, chopped liver?
Yep.
Just a little bit.
Little disappointed.
No, not. No, I'm good. Claude's here. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm fine. Don't
Hey.
give me. I'm just kidding.
What were you going to say?
What I was gonna say. Go. I got something on the wavelength tomorrow, and then interview Terry Strange. I have the Kentucky Atheist on the
tomorrow?
29th. Yeah, that's me and Robin.
Okay, when's the Terry Strange show?
Terry Strange will be the 26th, and
Okay.
that'll be at 8 on my channel. Hopefully, if it works. I don't know if my internet's gonna carry it or not, but and then the 29th, and then for that I'm going on vacation or something. I got to get off the internet for a little bit because this has been a hard week for me. I've been going a little crazy, so yeah.
Short trip.
So have we, probably for different reasons than you.
If you go for vacation, could you go down and do a reconnaissance at the Dino Land? But stay away from the man cave, I suggest. Stay away. I would be very jealous. If I hear that you have visited the man cave, that's it for you and me. In fact, if you get anywhere near it.
No, she's looking for bigger game like Kent Hovind himself, if I'm not mistaken. Sandra's the one that has to watch her back.
Yep.
Oh,
No.
yes. I would like. Who would win in a fight?
No,
In a
Who would win in a fight?
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I'm just
What,
kidding.
like mud wrestling?
Whoa.
Just slapping and boxing.
What do you think, Maud?
I don't know. I think Kent would be a happy guy, probably. I don't know. I was thinking about like actually going there, but yeah.
Just
I'm
to
not
clean,
doing that.
just to get over a few things, and spend a bit of time. But there'll probably be other places, if you.
You're welcome to you're welcome to come to San Diego and actually have a real vacation.
Hey,
Yeah.
Miguel.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm just talking. Missy Maud's my friend, so if she wants to come here on vacation, I'll show her the place.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Am I
Yeah.
staying at your house?
I have a cot.
Okay.
What's a cot? What's a cot?
Oh, it's a bed.
Cot.
It's
Cot?
like a foldable bed.
It's a fold-up bed, like army bed. It's not like I'm not gonna. Missy Ma's not gonna show up, and I'm gonna pull out the cot and.
All right.
Jeez, come on,
I don't know what these
So-
terms are. I've never heard of cot.
Claude's mind always goes there.
I'm just
So no
looking after your
access
own
then.
interests.
I was thinking SeaWorld, but you know, whatever.
I just
But,
show
you
up
know,
and it's like the email. Just kidding. Too soon.
there must
Soon.
be places of
Oh,
retreat.
jeez.
There must be places of retreat run by proper Christian ministries, you know, where they're actually there for people who need a break from everything. There must be as well. You know?
Well, just go to Eric Hoven's place instead. I mean, at least he's a little nicer.
But I still don't think he does a place for a retreat for those that need a break, you know? There must be places like
Does
that.
he have a compound or?
I don't think so now.
I-
I mean, he's got all
yeah, I
the
don't-
land. He's got the houses rented out for money.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's
Ooh, Kent
that's
doesn't
something
like that.
special.
Kent thinks that rental money should be going to him.
Yeah. So, but no, I do know that many, and quite often it's a Catholic organizations that run places, and you can go up there. It's like a monastery, so you have to behave, and just
Well, that's
maybe
out.
nuns there, and
That's the Antichrist, Claude.
it's off in the middle of nowhere, and you can't, you know, you just have contemplative time. I think it's quite nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Get
I
your
put the
head
offer
clear.
out there, so.
Thank you. That's a long drive.
But get on a damn airplane
You guys,
and fly.
have I get box cutter to get on?
Oh
I mean,
my God.
why?
Nope.
I'm a poor person. That's not film. Too soon.
It's
I don't have-
probably a little soon for that. Maybe in 50 years that'll be funny, but
I'm sorry.
probably not even then.
Yeah, you're right. But did you see Speed out and then he put a rooster? That's what I thought I heard. That's a nice warm welcome.
Oh,
Roman said,
yeah.
"Well,
Jeez. Oh, the cot. The cot.
Cot with a T.
I couldn't even see you do that." I know, it's just funny because that's what everybody thought.
Army
he
cot. Come on.
said. Oh, even better. So it's uncomfortable then.
Now this will get
Very.
snipped that I'm behaving badly towards women because
Oh, you're being crude to the young lady.
I wanted to pull out my cot.
What is a cot? It's a
Cot
bed.
for cot.
It's a sleep. You fold it out and you sleep on it. It's
Yeah, but-
army.
But when you say cot, that you have another meaning as well, which I don't.
No,
know.
I don't have another meaning. I
Like-
meant an actual cot.
so it's
Big
not
Bad
cot.
Mama.
So it's not cot.
We,
Right.
we should start our own ministry. Call it Cots for Thoughts.
Oh, that's
Now look here.
actually
I have just found a retreat center called the Benedictine Sisters in Alabama, and you can go and have an individual retreat.
Been a
It's
what?
about $100 a retreat, like
Oh,
when
that
you
would be
need-
good. A Benedictine monastery.
and it's spiritual direction if you want. It costs more for the spiritual direction than it does for just the individual retreat. Yeah.
You could become a nun.
I'm sorry, I didn't
No.
quite catch the name of that.
That's-
Been a what?
Benedictine, isn't it?
Benedictine sisters.
Oh, Dick. Gotcha.
that sounds
Catholic.
That sounds
It is,
fun.
But they don't. But they Benedictine is all the name of an alcohol, isn't it? Have you ever seen that Benedictine alcohol? But anyway, that's probably a different thing. So that's one.
Right. I think that that's a good option for her, Claude.
And then there's the
I
blessed
am never becoming a nun.
You don't have to, but you could go vacation with them and kind of, follow them around and stuff.
You get none while you're there, but you don't have to become a nun. Very naughty.
No, that's the
Claude's
appeal of
point is
DAL.
there's a lot better places for you to go than Dinosaur Adventureland.
Yeah, well, see, that one was $100. I mean, the same price as DAL. I mean, reasonable out there, other than
Your
free
soul.
or better than
There's
free.
private retreats in so I just looked up Alabama retreats because I know Florida is near Alabama, but maybe there's Florida ones.
Georgia's closer. Look up Georgia.
Because I thought
Florida is even closer to Florida.
That's a good point, Mark. That's a good
Florida
point.
is the closest. There's lots of good vacation spots in Florida.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of more of retreat. Like
She needs spiritual direction, so she needs nuns or something to
I'm worried
take her
about the
in.
gators. The gators. Because don't you get snatched by a gator?
She loves gators.
Does she?
Yeah,
Oh.
they're my favorite.
We could send her to a gator farm where they feed gators and that kind of thing, and she could volunteer there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feed the gators.
Oh, here we go.
What do you think?
Serenity retreats for women. Oh. Well.
Read about it.
About us. But it's a Christian one again.
How about serenity retreats for hunks? That's what she wants.
Oh my God. So you meet other women and you obviously share your concerns and interests and life, and they help you.
Sounds
exhilarating. I might go there myself.
Claude's gonna go there.
Well, it says if you are struggling, confused, tick. Struggling, tick. Confused, tick. Lonely, tick. Or whatever, tick, tick. Give yourself a much-needed break and attend the upcoming retreat. You will unlock the potential in you. And this is one of the best things to give yourself. So there we go. And I'd be there with women. So what more?
I'm sure they'd be real happy to have you there.
Well, they could probably advertise the presence of a Frenchman, for to actually sell the retreat out faster. I don't think you could get a ticket for that. I don't think you'd even get in, because once they knew the balls was there. Oh, wait a minute. Special discussion of the Earth by Achilles and his telescope. No, that won't work. I had a good one the other day, or was it on the previous stream of Sigmod? Someone said, if the flat Earth was true, cats would have knocked everything off the edge by now.
I see that one. That's a good one.
That's quite good.
Did you guys see me ask Achilles about the globe, and if he's back on the globe again? He said no.
He said he quit spinning 30 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
no, you
so
didn't,
he's a flat earther, or
yeah, he's still a flat earther because the globe
Yeah.
spins. Yeah. He said he quit spinning,
Mm.
so he's not on the globe. That's what I took from that.
Oh.
You would have taken right.
What about you? Are you still on the flat Earth?
No.
Why?
Black.
Why? Why is that?
That's
You go
okay.
black, you don't go black.
You go flat.
Mark doesn't even know it. You never heard that one?
No, I thought you said once you go flat, you don't go black. I thought that's what you said.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
So what is the allure of the flat Earth society? What is that all about? Why do people? Yeah, like what draws people to think that we live on a flat plane? Like, is it?
I don't know what society.
Well, you
I mean, it's
are.
definitely a
You're a flat earther?
community. It's a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
community that people go to. So
The flat earth
Oh, so
society.
so
So
well, then why are you a flat earther?
that's a whole group of people. I'm not just, I'm just,
Right, but what?
I just believe the earth is flat. Like, I'm not a person.
Cool. Why? Who told you that?
I do what I. Does it matter?
Because-
Does it matter? It really does.
I'm curious. I'm just curious. Like, what's the appeal?
and you
of
don't have to
thinking
answer
that
if you don't
there-
want one.
No, you don't have to. I'm just curious. I've always been curious. Like, what's the appeal of thinking that the Earth is flat when it's objectively not?
Is he talking to me?
Well,
Mark,
anybody.
Because I don't.
Oh, were you talking to? What was the question?
What is the appeal of thinking that the Earth is flat when it's objectively not?
Well, because it is a community.
That's like
It's a
what's
community
the
of
appeal of-
people. Well, I don't think that that's like. I think it's more of a community thing, and that people in that
Friends.
group. What's that? You used to have flat Earth friends. Oh, I thought you did.
No. Mm-mm.
Weren't you Jeranism's friend at some point, or?
Hell no. They all used to call me a troll because I don't like them. Talked about
The flat Earthers call you a troll.
Oh,
I'm the actual
I
name
found
back then
another
too.
retreat.
Oh, we got another retreat.
Yeah, this is in Costa Rica, so you have to do a bit of a flight. It's Daddy Gurus, one-on-one gay. Oh no, sorry, wait. So the name should have been a giveaway. Daddy Guru. Here's a better one. Myofacial. Oh, that's LBGTQ women. So
Myofacial? That's like
Can you guys hear me?
pain. Yes.
Because I was breaking.
Can you?
Yeah, you were roboting a little bit.
I
It
was,
sounds
breaking
better.
up, I was breaking up laughing, yeah. Oh, 2-day private goddess retreat in Georgia. That sounds
There we go.
Yeah, a goddess retreat for 2 days. And
Tell us about it.
Let me have a look. There's either the masterclass or the manifestation. I don't know what the hell that is. And there's a picture of a woman there standing amongst sunflowers. It's an atmosphere where you foster a deeper sense of self and connection to self in the spirit of gratitude.
Wow.
Our activities allow you to hear your thoughts, discover or rediscover your path, and facilitate your healing.
She should go to that.
I think that would be a good one, but I can do it cheaper.
You could run the goddess class cheaper.
Yeah, I can do a lot cheaper.
What would your class entail?
Well, I always think in order to appreciate yourself, you have to appreciate someone else first. So first of all, you sit around saying how wonderful I am. And that means you can more appreciate yourself. Yeah.
Well, she already does that.
I've read all the books. Yeah.
We've already done that. Give us something new.
Claude, you are very much appreciated. Just wanted to let you know that.
No. Oh, there's one with horses. Do you like horses?
I don't know. I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't have no problems with them.
Oh.
As long as they don't bite me
The
or
last
nothing.
one is a self-care retreat in Chattanooga. As long as there isn't a bit of Chattanooga choo-choo going on there, then it'd be all right.
I know up off the Northern California coast, there is a great white shark cage dive that you can do. So,
yeah, but Missing Mod's banned from that because the sharks are in danger.
What?
Missing Mod can't go on that because the sharks would be in danger.
Aw,
Uh,
I'd love to do
They
that. That
put
would
you down. They
be
put you down in a cage, and then the great white sharks come around. Would that be good, Mon?
yeah, that'd be cool.
Not for me. That would, I can't imagine anything more scary.
I think it would be
Or
fun.
they,
'Cause you're
or
gonna
you
be
could
safe
go
in there.
to you could go to Komodo Island, and you know the Komodo dragons, the giant
Don't get
lizards.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get bit, but you can go to a viewing point and watch Komodo dragons rip a carcass apart.
Ooh.
That would be cool.
It's supposed to be pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, especially if you're not the carcass.
Right? They're like somewhat a little poisonous, or they carry bacteria in their saliva that like will just instantly infect your wound
Yeah.
if they don't kill you and eat you.
Yeah, they
What
Oh, they're
I-
venomous.
they'll do that with the ox, and follow them until they die
Yeah.
and follow them. You know, it's pretty.
Right.
Yeah, they don't like to fight.
Infection.
They bleed out. They
Well,
bleed
they're-
out. They have an
Well, they're-
anticoagulant.
Go to a gorilla sanctuary where the
Well, they're-
gorilla captures you and takes you away. You can never escape. And there you are living in a mountain sanctuary with a big, huge gorilla, big bad mama, or
What, me?
well, I was actually meant to say missing mod. You know, I'm
Big
all
bad mod.
confused.
You're
Yeah,
saying the gorillas are going to take me and kidnap me, and I'm
Well,
never
what
going to
if
be able to
they-
escape.
let's say they take a fancy to you, right? You
I
know,
don't
they-
want to get it on with a gorilla, Claude.
I know, but you don't want to. But they don't think that way, big bad mother.
Maybe they just want to spend time with you
They think
they-
you're-
or talk to you.
they
About
Are
get
these?
you.
I'll
What about-
snuggle them.
What about bonobos? You want to go hang out with some bonobos?
Bonobos are pretty horny.
I know.
Their hands are like all over their place. I'd be swatting their hands away and quit touching me, you know. They're very handsy apes. Even more than Richard Dawkins.
I think what we have decided now is that Missing Mod, she's not going to go on the Big Daddy retreat. She's not going to go to the bonobo, or maybe she is, or to the mountain silverback gorilla retreat. We're starting to rule some things out, and maybe the shark cage one is the one for her.
Right. She doesn't want the nuns. She prefers the sharks to the nuns.
Oh yes, I would corrupt the nuns probably. I would definitely corrupt the nuns.
They'd be smoking by day 2.
Well, they would definitely checking dudes.
Uh-oh, did you hear that, Claude? She's checking out
This
dudes.
Checking out other dudes.
Uh-oh.
We can't have that.
You stepped in it now, Mod.
Oh boy. The things you guys go like is crazy sometimes. I just don't know. Just because you're looking, that doesn't mean you're. What do you think about that?
What?
What?
And I'm thinking,
What is this tantra thing? Have you heard of that?
Oh, tantra. That's like slow motion sex. Kind of like a mixture of yoga and sex.
'Cause they
So
have-
there's several positions. Do you want me to tell you about the positions, Claude?
I don't know if that's appropriate. Yeah.
I could turn my camera on and display some of it.
No, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
because
Please
some people
do.
might
You
take-
asked. You
some
asked.
people might not think that we're joking, and then we'll be, oh, look at those terrible people on the show. Oh my goodness.
Big Bad Mama was in a yoga position that was obscene.
Yeah. And because they can't tell the difference between a joke or not. But I have found one, a temple retreat and workshop at the temple of Lika. I don't know if that means liquor or Lika. The temple of Liquor or Lika has a retreat.
where the hell are these? places.
Where's that one,
Everywhere.
Clyde?
This one is in. Oh, no, it looks a bit naughty. So where is it? Join
Perfect. Tell us about it.
about us. It's a family camp. Oh my! Oh no, it's a camp where there's a family of creatives and educators, and it's not your typical plug-in camp.
What?
You plug into. It doesn't
It's
say
like a
where.
swingers retreat or something.
Well, it looks like it. Yeah, when I
Oh,
look,
swingers?
it could be Germany by the looks of it because, yeah, gallery.
There's a
about
swingers
us.
place up the road from me.
Oh, well, you
Got-
don't have to go far.
Minor.
Oh,
So what happens
No,
there?
thanks.
Yeah, how was your last
I
visit?
don't know.
It
I'd
was
go there.
that bad?
I'd there though.
I thought swingers
Hotel.
were, mostly couples that kind of switched partners. Why would
That's
you
what it is.
go to a club for that?
It's a hotel.
Oh, it's a hotel.
Yeah.
actually, this would suit DIL because the Temple of Liquor, who's this mysterious liquor? It says that we honor. Lika, you
Hey,
can look it
Robin.
up so you know I'm not telling you the truth. From what far off lands does she hail? What the hell is liquor? And this could be one of those dinosaur things that Kent says still exists. It says, well, like all the magnificent creatures that have captured the human imagination, liquor can be found in unexpected places and abstract spaces on the edge of an idea. This is Kent's pterodactyl, Since time immemorial, people have built great monuments to honor her. Unconfirmed reports from archaeological expeditions. This is Ron Wyatt. Tell of a golden that once sat atop a squirting fountain, so high and wide, its droplets bathed the heads of the citizens across the new long-lost city.
Liquor is a squirting fountain, is what you're saying.
No, the statue once sat atop a squirting fountain, it says here. So the statue was once on top of a fountain. But here's something for Missing Mod. In ancient myths describe playful dungeons that she presided over.
Oh, that's got her name written all over it.
Yeah, filled with mystical beasts and all manner of contraptions. I won't read what kind. Her libidinous adventures covered the walls of caverns so dark that only the most intrepid of explorers dare to enter. So,
I'm getting interested in this.
Yeah, I think that I have unwittingly this could be directed by the powers above. So,
Am I still breaking up?
No.
If you've been talking for the last minute, we didn't hear you because I think you've been pretty quiet.
Oh,
So there you go. You
no,
can
I
look.
have you because Robin said that I was cutting out, and then Speed Roman says I just
Oh,
realized
okay.
y'all are trying to get rid of Missing Mod. Thank you, Romans.
No.
Thank you for pointing that out.
No, we want her to go on a retreat for spiritual purposes. Come
Yeah.
on.
We found one, the Temple of Liquor, Lika, and it incorporates the things, like mythical creatures in a dungeon. So, perfect.
If anything, people were trying to get gorillas to kidnap me for whatever purposes.
No, don't do that.
Robin doesn't have any problems with that.
Nope.
I was just saying, if you did go to see the mountain gorillas, it's something you'd have to be aware of. That you probably sign a form, a bit like the people before they went on the submarine, and saying this could be dangerous, and that we hold no responsibility if a gorilla decides to kidnap you and have you as its life mate.
The gorillas have forms?
No, the people that run the tour. Oh, God, it's like casting pearls before swine.
What about like comedy retreats? That would be a good
They
option.
probably are. I'll have
Yeah,
a
why
look.
don't you go do an improv comedy retreat?
I'm not going to do any comedy, but I'll
Well, I think
enjoy
you
it.
could. Yeah,
Try
you could-
try a joke on us. What do you got?
Let me think. I have to think of something funny, but I don't know. I think I'm a chat comedian for sure. I crack myself up.
Yes, I
out
think
there.
that's your true strength, is you would be responding to, they say something and you come in quick with a quick one-liner.
Yeah.
Like Abbott to Costello.
Here we go.
Like
Take
my
a break with a comedy retreat, funny women. Well, I didn't know there was such a thing, but anyway,
Where's that at?
that is going to be. Oh, it
everybody always says
was a couple
I
of
wanna
years
be-
ago. Yeah.
You're funny.
Yeah. Oh, funny woman. No, I don't know.
funny smelling, funny looking.
Why can't they just say straight out where these bloody things are? No, nothing. I can't see where, but because it's already gone. But they
Claude
must,
wants to go to the place with the funny women.
That's why
well,
I said somebody was talking
Claude?
about the Whore of Babylon. Can you guys hear me? Because I don't know if I'm breaking up.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we hear you.
But they were talking about the Whore of Babylon and how she's in the gates of the city, and I'm like, Claude's asking for directions. I thought that was funny.
Who said that?
Claude,
I did.
Oh.
Claude Dangerfield balls,
I don't know why you're not out there picking somebody up yourself, Claude. You got
It's
a
all
really good
yours.
personality.
like a mountain gorilla. Is that what you're talking about? Picking someone up different. All right, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Like finding you a lady friend. I don't know.
I don't really want one now.
I don't blame you.
I'm happy to be on my own. Well, I have. I don't want to make too boast about it, but many people come knocking on the door of the Claude. Would you give to this? Would you give to that? Would you give money to this? Yeah. So, yeah.
Is this your car parked out in the yard? Some kind of people.
Do you have those sort of things in your country? Well, I don't get it where I am now because people live in apartment buildings so much. But in the States, do people go like collecting for the charity organization?
Not really. I mean, once in a while, the Jehovah's Witnesses will come by somebody's house, or the Mormons.
Mormons in my area. No, my dog will hurt them, so nobody comes to my house.
You're lucky you don't live near Faithful Word because they come knocking on doors, don't they? Mr. Stephen Anderson, he goes knocking on the doors.
Oh, that would be a nightmare.
Does he?
Yeah, they do.
God,
these
that would be a nightmare.
soul-winning things. Yeah, where they. Yeah. Speaking of Anderson, there's the other Mr. Anderson. He's got his own show now. Have you seen that? His own channel.
Yeah, he's doing really good.
Yeah.
The mean one, right? We're talking about the mean
Yeah,
one.
well,
he says he's mean.
The lawyer.
I talked to him.
He's almost up to 1,000 subs. He was like
I talked
5
to him in
away
Greek.
last time I saw.
Right. No, he went over. He went over.
Oh, nice.
I told him, I said, "You're famous in my world," and he was like, "Well, I need to hang out in your world." I'm like, he said, "Where is it?" And I'm like, crap, I don't know, because I hear his name all the
Is
time,
it the Grayson or Mr. Anderson?
Mr. Anderson, and he was really nice, actually.
He is a nice guy. Look, it's all the other's a bit of an act, and I think the other day one of his kids might have popped in briefly or something, and he's very gentle and nice with them. So, it just shows he's a human. But I just love the way he doesn't let people get away with anything. My goodness, he just keeps at them.
Yeah, that's crazy that all this Jim Bob stuff is going on. I remember him before he was even anybody. He was just some guy.
Is Jim Bob Braga are we talking about?
No, Jim Bob. Is that, I don't know what else is in his name there, but he's a flat earther, right? Pretty sure.
Oh.
He definitely.
And what happened?
Jim Bob, I don't know what to even call him, but he is a Christian, I think.
Okay.
And he talks about like flat earth and religion and all that, and people have been going over there I guess, going on his show. But I know him from way back. Like I don't know if anybody knows who Owen Benjamin is. I always ask. Nobody does. But he was they call him bears. These guys that follow this guy Owen Benjamin, and he was a bear of his, and then just kind of split from the group, and now he's like showing up. Like everybody's talking about him recently. So
Why? What did he do?
Wait, what?
What did he do that people are talking about him now?
I don't know. He was just a bear. That's all I know. That's how I know who he is. But he talks about flat Earth and stuff and conspiracy stuff, I think. I don't know. I haven't really listened to him, but I imagine he's about, he lines up with Owen, the way Owen Benjamin used to believe and think. And I used to I really liked him for a while, but then it's disgusting and a lot. Stopped watching him too.
But because you know that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Now, the bear is also used in the gay community. You know that.
Yeah, I know that now.
That's a term. It's a hairier or heavy-set person, a rugged masculinity, or over the top. So possibly someone like Big Bad Dada.
I knew my name was coming into this at some point.
Oh.
Or perhaps Miguel.
Miguel.
It's Miguel.
Oh, Miguel. Oh, duh.
No, that's sweet though. I just can't believe you haven't talked about me.
No?
I'm just really disappointed to me.
We'll do that once you go. You won't be able to stay on because you'll have to stay on because once you're gone.
Well, I mean, I'll leave my channel up and stuff, of course, because I'm like proud of my videos,
Oh, you'll be back in some respect. You're never gonna completely leave.
I think
You'll
about
show
it
up in
and
a
I'm like,
chat You'll show up in a chat the next day after you say that you're gone.
I know. I hope I don't, though. I really don't want to. Not like in a bad way, not like that, but I want to at least do something that I say I'm going to do. Where are you going? I'm staying right where I'm at. I'm just going to turn the internet off.
We've got several retreats that she's choosing from, Robin. Maybe you can throw some into the mix for her. So far, it's a Shark Tank off of Northern California.
Where's the hotel that Dawkins was at?
Ireland. Dublin.
Well, why don't you just go visit Dawkins in England?
Let me look him up, see what he looks like now.
He's 83.
You said
he's 83.
What do you guys got to get? That's wait. Let me look up current. That's an old picture.
He'd probably be more of a sugar daddy these days than a toy boy. So.
Oh, I don't think he is married, Robin. I think he got a divorce, but
he's divorced.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I wouldn't want to beat up on an elderly guy. Says something about how I'm stupid, and I just, lose my mind probably.
He's a little bit curmudgeonly now. I mean, he had a stroke, and he's a little bit more curmudgeonly right now.
You should see him on. Well, he's always been a bit like that. He's on with that creationist lady, Wendy, someone or other, the president of whatever society, anti-evolution society, and she's always going, "Show me the evidence, show me the evidence," and he mimics her. Show me the evidence. Show me the evidence.
Wendy Williams, I think her name was, right?
Oh, I used to love that show.
No, this was a different. This was a really conservative lady that Richard Dawkins kind of debated in a hallway, or they were just kind of standing up on the, they didn't even sit down, but it's pretty entertaining. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
And I'm not, I think Richard Dawkins is kind of a mixed bag. I think he's a great scientist, and he was, a very influential atheist and scientist, but he has made statements about the trans community that are pretty bad, and like any person, he's got his good points and bad points, but
Well, I mean, is it a bad point because it's not true, or is it bad because why? Because I mean, I don't know what he says, but
I'd have to look up to see what his statements are, but they just seem to be kind of ignorant of what trans people are experiencing.
yeah.
And maybe Robin knows about it probably more than I do because she's hip to that kind of stuff. But, it's like Christopher Hitchens, I really like his work and I love his books and stuff. But, he had one stance on like invading Iraq and basically just going in there that I completely disagreed with. And he was not, by any means, nobody's a perfect person.
Well, just steady on.
Well, people that are outside of this stream.
Oh, yes, right. Yeah, that's better. Oh, my goodness. I've got about 5 more minutes and I'll have to go. I'm sorry.
Why don't we wrap it up then?
Oh, don't
Fine
let
with
me
me.
spoil the show.
Yeah, no, let's wrap it up.
How
What?
how do you get out of it? Because with
Mark's
Ghost,
got control.
he's got
I have the power.
I got the
All
power.
right, guys. Well, I'm out of here then. No.
I got the power.
5 minutes. Say what you got to say.
Yes, sir.
The Earth is not flat.
Okay.
You see, he didn't say the Earth is round, though. He said it's not flat. So I don't know. What are you secure on the ball?
I don't even like the word round. It's an oblate spheroid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like that word because water. Water doesn't stick to a ball.
Well, I think that's been proven that it does stick to a ball.
Okay. I don't know.
Hey, what?
I don't know.
Tell me like I'm crazy. Okay. Whatever you think.
Well, I mean,
Claude?
come on.
Yeah.
Big
When you
head
take a
mama.
shower, does water stick to you?
What was that? Sorry.
When you take a shower, does the water stick to you?
Well, I'm not so slippery these days, so no.
Sound really fast, does it stick?
The centrifugal force, all sorts of things
Discovered
fly
Ken.
around. Then, I don't want to slap myself to death when I spin around.
Oh, jeez. It's always got to leave me with that thought.
Have you ever seen one of those big bulls in the paddock in the farm and they spin around quickly and slap, slap, slap? Well.
So you feel that force that's keeping you in your seat right now? It's called gravity.
Yeah,
And
Mark,
it works on water.
I'm trying
It
to lose
works
some
on
of
water
it.
too.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Are you calling me
Trying to
fat?
lose some of it.
You're trying to lose some gravity?
The force.
That's gravity.
Oh, man. Am I breaking up?
Gravity does get tougher the older you get.
Oh yeah. But anyway, that same force that's holding you in your chair is what keeps water on the earth, in the oceans, and the lakes and rivers and whatnot. It's gravity. Pretty simple.
Gravity. The same thing that keeps my stomach falling down towards my trousers. That's gravity. The same thing that keeps towards my knees. No, we won't go there.
I think we just did.
Well, this is a show for adults, so we can have a laugh.
Right.
And anything that we are criticized for, I can point to worse on certain other shows, so no trouble.
I think we did that earlier today.
Well, we won't go there again. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
That whole thing with Dan, I know how it feels to be Well, not that bad actually. He's getting it a lot worse than I usually do, but to feel like you're being thrown out of the group and nobody likes you anymore sucks, And he said last night that he was wrong. He did say that he was wrong about that. I don't know why he wrestled it so hard and didn't just let it go, but that's that's not me. But I'm just saying.
Well, like I said earlier in the stream, for me at least, it wasn't so much. I mean, yeah, it's a bad thing to defame somebody, an accomplished person's character. But what really got to me was his
Bad to do that to
insistence
anyone.
on maintaining that lie.
Yeah.
Bad to do that to anybody. If it's Kent Hovind, it's fine though. All my problem is.
If it's true, it's not. But if it's a lie, then yes, I would agree. But if it's true, it's acceptable. And if what Dan had said was true, that would have been acceptable. Well, we won't get into that.
I'm just saying, I don't think it was.
To me, that wasn't even the worst thing, though, Maud. I mean, you know what I was upset about because I told you about it. And it was the stuff that we talked about today. I thought that was much worse than not admitting, whatever, which he really did admit about Richard Dawkins. He just wouldn't come out and say it. But the stuff that was done in the chat was, indefensible. And, you and I have never done anything remotely like that. I mean, well, I haven't done anything remotely like that.
Well, I've never put my kid in the chat, but I don't.
I just do things by remote these days. Oh, goodness.
Also, sometimes he'll just throw a joke there, and it's like just reason just now. But I don't think that he was being or I think some because throwing that rat out happened. It was to put his son in any kind of harm's way. I think him and his son are close, and he wanted to know what his dad was doing. He probably got on there just messing around and to hurt anybody. That's just my opinion. And I'm not defending him because I think it's stupid. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have let him. He shouldn't have let him come in there and talk. False comments and stuff. I just, I thought later. I'm like, dang. 11. Oh, hold on a minute.
11.
Well, are we going to?
Yeah, thank you, Maud, for giving your opinion on that. And
sorry about that.
That's okay. I hear you.
Guys don't understand. For someone trying to push you out of the group, it's a crappy feeling, and it's that's he's part of it. We don't choose, so let's just not make the guy feel bad, drag him down, rest,
Oh, you should have seen what I went through when the Proverbs guys blocked me. I went through weeks of depression and.
No, you did not. That would be like us doing that to you, to you, Big Bad Mama. Like, we're all this group. It would never happen to you because you're safe. It's only the people that don't hate Kent Hovind that aren't safe.
I try not to do dumb shit like that. Right? Yeah. I mean, I try not to do stupid shit to hurt people. I mean, I'm not always successful, but at least I try.
Well, I don't think it was to hurt people. That's the part that I, I don't think that he's a bad dude. He's helped me out a lot.
So calling people snakes and vipers isn't meant to hurt them?
Well, I think that's a tight. Well, I think he had a reason to say all that, but
yeah, because he was trying to cover his ass.
Look, I'm not defending his behavior. Okay. I'm just saying I think his intentions are, at this point, he's just rolling with the punches, and he's got pride. Obviously, he has pride because he held on to being wrong for way too long,
Right.
So, because whenever I asked him about it on the show that the hijack show, I asked him, and he said his evidence was, oh, well, I think because of this. And I'm just like, I knew right then, no, it can't be what you think. That's not evidence. I even said that. So, I mean, after that, it was, he wanted that, because he should have just gave up, but I don't know.
Oh, he could have cleared this up easily days ago,
But instead he went on the attack.
Right. I mean,
Well, hopefully he's off the couch and he'll hopefully he got some coffee or some access.
Mark, do you want to write us out of here with an outro?
Nah. I'll keep us going. Hey, Gangster Ghost is back.
Hey!
Logan.
Sorry I have to leave.
You're leaving?
Okay.
We kept your show going. No, we've just been hanging out, chit-chatting. Everybody's trying to leave, but I won't let them.
Okay, that's good.
I've got them captured. Nah, Dan's gone.
What about this?
Yeah, he's still holding on to that stuff.
Hi, Big Bad Mama.
Hi, Logan. How are you doing?
All right. Hi, Mrs. Devon.
Hi. Am I clear?
Logan, were you playing Fortnite without me?
Oh, sorry.
Were you playing Fortnite without me?
Yeah. Hi, Claude.
Hello.
What you doing there, little guy?
Oh, funnily enough, little guy is on this channel.
Oh, hi, Mark. How's Mark's day today?
Mark's day is just swell.
Hi, Robin, in the comments. How's Robin's day today?
How's that milk, Robin?
Did you guys watch the Lupin Tupins?
No, we didn't. We never got around to it. I figured we'd wait till you came back.
Oh, Lupin Tupin. He takes a poop. Oh, video I put up a little bit ago, like earlier or something, of P-Town. I said P-Town is weird, and it was so funny what Lupin said on it. He said that, oh, now Jesus has a Me Too case now. You know that one?
I think he took his comments down.
He did?
I think so. I can't see him. Maybe he blocked me.
Man, your P-Town video, Big Bad Mama, that had me cracking up yesterday. I needed that laugh so bad. It was so funny.
That's I put a clip of it where only a clip would talk about P-Town being weird. And it was so funny what
would you give him your heart? It's always no. I would just think I'm imagining things. And I ask atheists sometimes, just hey, if Jesus slapped you on the butt in the shower, so here I am.
You see that, Mark?
Would you give him your heart?
Yeah.
It's always no. I would just think I'm imagining things. And I ask atheists sometimes, just hey, if Jesus slapped you on the butt in the shower, so here I am. Would you give him your heart? It's always no. I would just think I'm imagining things.
Oh, yeah.
And I ask atheists sometimes, just hey, if Jesus slapped you on the butt in the shower, so here I am. Would you give him your heart? It's always no. I would just.
That was so funny what he said.
Mark wanted that included in a short, so I had to find that clip.
It was so good. Well, Claude, Big Bad Mama, y'all both spoken to P-Town, right?
Yes.
Has he ever asked you, if Jesus slapped you on the butt in the shower, would you believe him?
No, but he did use this analogy in one other show that I saw maybe a couple weeks ago, a week and a half ago. He didn't say it was in the shower, though. He just said, if Jesus slapped you in the butt. But I couldn't find that. I wanted that second clip, but...
Aiden talked to him about that before. Asked him about that. Said that Jesus slapped me in a butt or something. He said in the shower, and he said, maybe something like that.
I think that is Aiden's criteria for believing is that Jesus would have to physically slap him on the butt in the shower.
Here's Big Bad Mama's clip.
I ask atheists sometimes, just hey, if Jesus slapped you on the butt in the shower, said, "Here I am," would you give him your heart? It's always no. I would just think I'm imagining things.
P-Town.
Who's there?
People want to see my nipples in the chat. Would that be okay with you?
Only if they sweat. Only if they sweat.
Oh my goodness.
Too weird. We're Jesus.
Who was that guy?
We're Jesus.
Yeah, that was
I mean, if you asked him to show him,
Do you see
if
the
you asked him to show you the palm of his hands, it would probably have nipples.
Speed run.
And here we are. All right.
And I ask atheists sometimes, just hey,
I love
Jesus
C
slapped you on
science
the
in
butt
the
in the
end right
shower,
there. That's the best
said,
part.
"Here I am."
I had
Would
to
you give
put
him your
that
heart?
part about sea
It's always
science at the end.
no. I would just think I'm imagining things.
P-Town.
Who's there?
People want to see my nipples in the chat. Would that be okay with you?
Only if they sweat. Only if they sweat.
Too weird.
Oh,
We're
I know who that
Jesus.
is.
Hey,
Yeah, that was
I mean, if you asked him to show him, if you asked him to show you the palm of his hands, it would probably have nipples.
And here we are. All right.
And I ask atheists sometimes, just hey, if Jesus slapped you on the butt in the shower,
That was funny.
Thank you, Logan.
You're on. That guy Lupin, he's a funny, crazy guy. He has a Me Too case. Lupin, he's crazy.
Him talking to Mark cracked me up because he was like, "Can you just get over it?" Oh my god, I was laughing so hard at that part when they were talking. I thought that was a good.
Well, that's a video we're going to watch, right?
Yeah, let's watch that. I was there, but I don't think I've rewatched it.
Are you sure
Did anybody
you were
see
there?
him? Did anybody see him come on my show with "See No and No"?
Yeah.
Flee Now and Row?
No.
Oh, Flee Now and Row came on one of the channels. I think it was Logan's channel.
Oh, okay.
I changed his headline in Chuck's stream. Or was it this one? It is this one. I can't do that in Chuck's. So whenever Lupin comes on now, it's in Arabic.
Does he know how to speak Arabic?
I don't know. Do you?
Nah.
Oh.
He disappeared.
Way too much stuff going on there.
He's going to fight you in Mortal Kombat. Could you beat him in Mortal Kombat, Mark?
I haven't played Mortal Kombat in so long.
I think it's a while before he comes on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fast
it's like-
forward this part.
Way past all the yeah.
Yeah, he made a clip of this calling you a Jesuit.
Mm-hmm. Is that better?
good?
Can you hear me?
What?
Hello.
Oh, I thought he was talking to us.
Just chill. Hold on. Can you still hear me?
Yeah. That's
So Mark's
yeah,
a
I can hear
Jesuit,
you.
No,
never knew.
chill. It's because if I share my window, it won't play the Mortal Kombat audio. Because I was sharing the screen, so it's playing your voice overlapping. So I play Mortal Kombat, but there was no audio.
You have Forza?
No.
Oh.
You have
Yeah.
lame tasting games.
You have lame taste in games.
Where did
Dude,
Claude go? Can anyone
He
hear
said he
him?
had to go.
Maybe.
No, he said he played Mortal Kombat
Well,
like Claude said he had to religiously
Oh,
go.
go.
when I was a
Oh,
teenager.
don't miss him.
Oh no, Many moons ago. leave us.
yeah.
But I
But
also
now-
played
Big Bad Mama
Forza,
can be in
and
But
Revolt.
now I
now,
have.
but now you're here playing Anthem, so I mean, you've fallen from grace pretty hard,
This is
brother.
Forza, and Anthem is awesome. What are you
So
talking
wait, I
about?
can't hear the video on here for some reason.
Gosh.
I can hear it. I'll play Anthem.
Okay.
I can
Can you
switch
hear it,
over
Big
to
Bad
Anthem.
Mama?
Don't, just don't. Can I
Why
interest
not?
you in? Hold on, let me get this
Are
pit
you there, Big Bad
fatality
Mama?
for you.
Pause the video when you're talking, Gangster. We
Block
can
down,
barely
down,
hear you.
down. Hype, okay, easy enough.
Are you there, Big Bad Mama?
He's here.
Okay. What do you think of it so far, Big Bad Mama?
He probably walked away for a minute or something.
Oh, okay.
He did
What do you
say he
think
had
of
to
it so
leave
far, Mr.
earlier.
Bob?
I don't know.
Oh, my headset.
I
cut
don't.
out. Hello.
I can't say because the bad part about me is coming up. So I'll let you know
There's a
after
bad
that.
part.
Yeah. There we go.
He seemed very drunk in this.
He probably is.
Sorry, I'm fixing lunch as I do this. So.
Oh, okay. That's all right. What do you think of it so far, Big Bad Mama?
Have we heard anything yet?
No. Nothing to do with her.
Okay.
Is it more like pork?
It's right there.
Huh?
So
yeah,
it's kind of like pork.
Like, just stay away from it, right?
That's what I try and tell you, man, dude. Sometimes, I mean, I love you, but it's better for us to just stay apart, man. Sometimes
Why though?
Because
I was.
you learn this as a Christian. Sometimes that's the best way to do it. Sometimes the biggest expression of love that you can have for somebody is to know when you need to separate yourself from people.
I mean,
Because
I can agree to that.
It's just
in
bad,
certain
Mark.
terms,
It's
for
just
sure.
bad, Mark. I hate
Can you pause it?
arguing with you. I hate insulting you. I hate
I just want to make one
fighting
point.
you.
Don't do it.
But I mean, the thing is, you
Gangster.
guys just constantly do it to
Love
me
you.
all the time.
Thank you.
I love how he said he is that I'm like pork, and then when Luke is doing the same, now he is mine away. It's two. Well, what the hell?
I eat
What's the
pork.
difference? Okay, you can continue. I just want to point that out.
I like bacon.
And you expect me not to respond anytime? Every time, Mark. Mark, I could go into any streams from the past streams, and you just constantly are talking mess. And I ignore it for the most part, but sometimes I don't. And I say some hard things, and I don't want to say. And so at that point, I say, look, Mark, you can go do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to talk about you. Respectfully, I would respect if you don't talk about me, and we could just enjoy life. And maybe one day we can reconcile and have a beer and say, yeah, we were being jerk offs to each other, and recover.
Lupin,
But
what beef do you have with me?
I don't have any beef with you. I am. I don't know how to say this without making it sound kind of condescending. It's like, it's not that I feel sorry for you, but it's like I feel like there's something inside of you that is doing harm to your mental state, and I see it in the comments, and I see it in your actions. I'm telling you, there's no reason I should know so much about you. There's no reason I should know as much about you as I do. I really shouldn't. But I mean, it's bad, man. It's bad to have so much hate in your heart.
What do I hate?
You gonna play stupid with me? Come on, man, dude. I've read the 48 Laws of Power.
I have not.
Yeah, you have.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, because anybody who read the 48 Laws of Power know that that would be the original answer.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I mean, Mark, I hate to see such an intelligent mind go to waste, you know? Like, I know you have so much, I know
Can you
you have
pause
so
it
much
for a second?
potential in you. And just to see,
What's the 48 laws of power?
Yeah, it's somebody that knows what it is. That's the kind of question they would ask.
I mean,
Obviously,
it
you've read
sounds
it before since you know.
it sounds like I mean Lupin's. Let's face it, his main problem is that you criticize Kent Hovind, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
100%. Go ahead, gangster.
see all that potential be thrown away because of bitterness and hatred and just like being able to not forgive. It's just it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart, man.
Is that right?
It does.
What am I so bitter about? What am I so hateful towards?
Do you really want me to get into it right now?
I'm here. I asked you the question.
Why are you so bitter against me? Why is it that you can never say anything positive about me? Why do you have such an issue with me?
All right, so the first time you and I ever met, you came on my stream and were defending Chris Jones playing strip poker with
I wasn't
children.
defending it. I just said I don't know the story. I think it's weird.
And from that moment, because you were so adamant about your defense of Chris Jones and his playing strip poker, saying, I don't know the story, I don't know the story, we were telling you the story. He was
Yeah,
convicted
but
of those crimes. And you were very much apologetic for his actions.
I don't even know who
And
Chris Jones is.
that was my original beef with you. Beyond that, I don't know what it's evolved into.
Why haven't you forgiven just Ken Hovind? Why haven't you just said, you know what, let it be gone.
Because he
Let it be
continues
done.
to lie, he continues to defame, he continues to slander.
But Mark, you do that every time you're on a stream, and then your excuse says, this is going to
You
be
can
used.
say I do that every
Let me say,
time we're on a
let
stream,
me
but
finish. Let me
I mean
finish. Let me
that's
finish.
just
This
not
is my
true. That's
stream.
painting with such a broad brush.
This is my stream. Let me finish, okay?
Big Bad Mama. In this video, he looks a bit drunk. What do you think, Big Bad Mama?
I think he's always kind of his voice is always kind of like that. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know that he sounds any different than his usual. Maybe I'm wrong, but
It's because he's always drunk.
well, I mean, I'm not going to accuse him of that. I think it's interesting why he said, why he used himself as an example, and then he went straight to Kent Hovind, which I knew he would.
And he
Go ahead.
Mark's a Jesuit priest.
Okay. In your defense, you say, "Oh, on my channel, I haven't talked about Kent Hovind at all. I don't even bring up Kent Hovind." But you know that that's a cop out because every single other stream that you go to, you are constantly talking about Kent Hovind. I guarantee you, I could go to every Gangster Ghost stream, every Father Chuck stream, every one of your streams, and you're talking about Kent Hovind nonstop. You just can't let it go. Why can't you let it go?
Well, people ask me questions, and I was there, so I have answers. And whether you like it or not, I feel inclined to give people answers about my experience.
Okay. So you had a negative experience. Can you get over it?
I am.
You're trying to, or you are already over it? Because you're
No,
definitely
I've
not.
been over it for a
You're
long
not
time.
over. You're not over it, brother.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, it's not. It's evident in your videos.
What
It's
video?
evident. It's evident in every stream that you go to. You always have something to say about Kent Hovind. Always something negative. Always
And
something.
am
You're
I
always
always the
side.
one bringing it up?
Always.
Is it always me bringing Kent Hovind into
Do
the
you want me to give
conversation?
you? Okay, you want me to give you a fair percentage?
I mean, unless you've
72,
actually done the
72%
due
of the times.
diligence
72%
of,
of the time. Is that a
well,
fair? Is that a fair?
78% of statistics are made up on the spot. Who cares?
What I'm saying is, why are you still holding on to it, man?
How?
You just constantly bringing up his taxes. You're trying to play attorney for Cindy. You're trying to do all this. Just let it go. Like, quit getting involved in other people's
No,
private.
but it's not other people's stuff.
How would you
This
feel
is
if
stuff I
somebody?
was there for, right?
Yeah, you
Like
were
you
there,
call it other people's stuff, but this is
but
my stuff too.
it
Because
is
I
it
was
is it is it is
personally
a
engaged with these people.
yes, but you are getting involved in a personal um marriage,
What?
which you're getting involved in a relationship between a man and a woman that
No, I'm
you are not a part of. Yeah, you're always in there with Cindy Lincoln trying to paint Kent Hovind as a wife beater. Which I'm telling you, bro, like, dude, I've listened to that video and it's very simple, dude. She charged him and he just deflected her and she fell and she swam. I mean, dude, that's what it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Were you there? Could you hear it?
I've unfortunately heard it on video.
Talk to both of them the very next day
And
about what happened.
And I've seen Cindy. I've noticed that.
Is it breaking up
Cindy
for others?
Lincoln is a pathological liar.
I think
She's
his internet's clipping it.
Okay.
Turn the
She has a
quality down. I
history
might
of
be
it.
able to save
She has
some
like three
bandwidth.
husbands that she's done this to.
That's also not true.
Is it two husbands?
One ex-husband.
Which one?
Who she had a restraining order against.
Are
Because
you talking
he
about
was
Kent or somebody
physically
else?
abusive. No, her previous husband. But what does that
Okay.
matter? What does that have to do with me?
She has a history.
And your claim that I'm bitter and hateful.
It's just like, brother.
Cindy was a dear friend of mine and still is. I spoke to her earlier
Kent
today
was
too.
a father figure to you.
You can say that.
What would you say?
I would say that Kent was a very accomplished con man, and I fell for him.
What did he con you?
How did he con me? How did he con me personally?
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to Dinosaur Adventureland to work and to volunteer or whatever.
Volunteer. Let's call it volunteer.
Yeah,
Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, I
what it is.
volunteered. Yeah, I never took a penny from Kent Hovind.
But you did.
Dinosaur Adventureland while
He paid
I was
you.
working. Right? So
Did he
I
pay
went
you?
there with the expectation that I was going to work in a God-fearing, Bible-believing ministry, and what it turned out to be was everything but that. It was conspiracy theory, politicized.
What conspiracy theory?
Futuristic craziness.
What
It was like
what
the end of the world
what-
is coming. Let's prepare for the apocalypse.
Mark, I'm sorry to tell you, but there's plenty of Christians, including I and many others, that are seeing the times that are happening, and that we see that there are signs that we're living in the end times. I mean, we
But
see
see,
that.
that's speculation, right?
Yeah, and your preterism
You're
has been
speculating.
failed. Your preterism theory has been.
You don't even
proven
know what that
wrong.
means.
It
What does
has
that
been.
even mean?
It has
What does
been.
that word mean?
It means that the prophecies have been fulfilled, and there's no more prophecies that are yet to be fulfilled.
Did Jesus
Unless
fulfill
you're
the law?
Jesus absolutely fulfilled the law.
So when in that very same verse which you defend that statement, he also said, I I came to fulfill the law and the prophecy, right? Look it up. See what it says. If
I'm
you're
not
going to
gonna
say
do.
fulfilled the
I'm not
law,
gonna.
you also have
I'm
to
not
say he
gonna do.
fulfilled the prophets.
No. He
That's what he
fulfilled
said.
the law. But
That's what he said.
is there
Came not
has
to
Jesus
abolish
came
the
back?
law and the
Has there
prophets,
been a
but to
second coming
fulfill.
of Christ?
I came not to abolish the law and the prophets, but to fulfill.
Has there been a second coming of Christ?
Yeah.
When?
70 AD, he came in judgment.
Explain.
So he said, not one stone shall be left upon another, talking about the temple. That happened in 70 AD when Jerusalem was sacked by the Roman armies of Titus and Vespasian. That was it. There's no more temple, there's no more sacrifice, there's no more oblation, there's no more keeping of
So are
these
you completely disregarding
holy days
Revelation?
and everything.
Are you completely disregarding Revelation?
No, I actually understand Revelation. I have
You
a
think that you
video
do. You think
about
you
it
do.
on my channel. Have you
I've
seen
seen
it?
it. I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah? So read Matthew 5:17.
I'm not gonna do it right now. Right now, I'm not in the Bible study kind of mood right now. I just want to talk to you, man to man.
Well, let me tell you what it says real quick. Jesus
Pull it
said,
up.
"Think
Take
not
off the
that I am
video
come
game
to
and
destroy
take
the
off the
law
video game and
or the prophets. I am come not to destroy, but to fulfill."
And he did.
Yeah, the law and the prophets.
No, he
did.
fulfilled he fulfilled the law.
And the prophets.
Okay, but he's gonna come back.
He did.
When?
70 AD.
So after he ascended into heaven, he came back.
Yeah, in judgment, 70 AD.
I beg to differ.
Why?
Because there's still prophecy that have yet to be fulfilled. That
Such as?
That the
Chapter and verse.
mean the mark the mark of the beast, the Antichrist system, the papacy.
Titus was the personification of the Antichrist.
No, the papacy is the anti.
He stood in the
the
Holy of
papacy
Holies.
is this. The papacy
He had
is
sex
the
with a prostitute on a temple Torah scroll.
I'm not going to let you talk
he
over me.
plunged
I'm not
his
going to let you
sword
talk
into
over
the
me.
veil of the temple and said that he killed God.
I'm going to do what you do to me. I'm going to lower your volume down so you can't talk over me.
Well, then I can just leave if you don't want to hear what I have to say.
You can. I want to hear what you have to say, but I'm not going to let you talk over me on my channel. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Okay. The Antichrist system is the papacy. That is the Antichrist system. It's still in effect today. And what they're going to do is create there's thesis and antithesis, and they're going to create a synthesis. They're going to be playing both sides.
What does
they're
that
going to
mean?
create a problem over here, give you the solution over here, rub with these religions, and then try and bring everybody into a global synthesis. They're going to be.
I have no idea. What do you think of that, Big Bad Mama?
I think I heard Flea Now and Rowe say a similar thing to Lupin, so I'm tending to believe what he has to say about the papacy being the Antichrist.
What do you think of that, Mrs. Mod?
I think that I don't remember who it was, but they made a really good point the other day about the Antichrist isn't gonna say that Jesus is the Savior,
right?
And the Catholic Church does, and that
Mark,
was like, that's it. Now you got to mark that off the list.
Mark made that point.
That. Oh, never mind. It was okay.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. What do you think of that, Mark? I think why he thinks you're a Jesuit.
Can I make one comment on here? Lupin says, "Why can't you just get over it, Mark?" And then Ken Hovind makes a show saying that you were, discharged from the from the army for whatever he said. It lied about you, and so you're not supposed to respond to stuff like that. Or he's sending you weird text messages as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you have a perfect right to. It's not like Ken Hovind has gone away and stopped, as far as I'm concerned, stopped the things that I disagree with him about. So
Sending
why
you
would I?
text messages?
What's that? Well, yeah, they were. I read them. They were weird.
About what? I didn't hear about that.
You don't hear about everything that's going on.
Well, I want to.
I know you do.
What was the weird messages?
He would just message me at like 2:00 in the morning, and oh gosh, I'd have to go back and look at them. But it was just.
I mean, that last one was a doozy. I have to admit. But I'm not going to share Mark's messages with people. I mean,
He usually shares that stuff and talks about it all the
so
time.
that's up to him. But I'm not going to hey, Missing Mod, look what I just, look what Kent just sent Mark.
I know. I'm just thinking, what, did I miss a show or something? Or did he just not talk about it out publicly?
You've missed some really good, juicy stuff.
The juiciest.
Well,
I mean, Mark, are you going to share that with people, or would you rather
Yeah,
not?
it's fine. It's fine if you want to. If you want to pull it up.
I don't. Yeah, it would take me a long time because you and I correspond a lot, so it would take me a long time to find it.
Okay, let's see. I've got one.
Do you want to hear it, Maud, or?
Yeah, please.
Okay. I think this is it. Dear Mark, a lot of water has flowed under the bridge since you left DAL. February 13th, we talked for 48 minutes. It was great to have a civil conversation, and I miss the fellowship we once had. You were a great help at DAL for quite a while. I miss that. The entire situation and fragments that are still flying off over the Chris Jones situation is doing great damage to the cause of Christ. The rumors and slander have caused many in this county to not come to DAL and not let their children come and hear the saving message of Christ we offer, and have prevented them from getting unbrainwashed about evolution by seeing our science center and taking our tours. The ones spreading the rumors are the real child abusers in this case. It's awful to harm a child, either intentionally or accidentally, and God tells us how serious He takes it. In Pensacola, our DAL had school groups and Sunday school classes come all the time to tour and learn about creation. In Lenox, we have had lots of visitors, but only a few groups and very few local groups because of the pedophile rumors being spread. This is sad at many levels, and it hurts me deeply. We spent a ton of money and countless hours building this to reach souls for the Lord, and to see it undermined by slander hurts me, and I'm sure it hurts Christ as well. Much of it is over the Zaire situation, so here's my request. Number one, would you please take down all your videos about me, DAL, Chris Jones, etc., and let the courts sort this out? We can discuss Chris and Zaire privately if you like, but this public debate is doing great damage to the cause of Christ and may harm thousands of children, both in this life and the next, by keeping them from coming to DAL and hearing the saving message of Christ. Number two, would you then set up a time to talk with me, man to man and friend to friend and brother to brother, without it becoming a debate, but rather a Christ-honoring discussion to resolve differences? Iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friends. I think we can both come away better Christians. I would really love to see you and Mackenzie come visit DAL and renew our friendship. I'll even convert you about Calvinism. Ken Hovind.
When did he send you that?
Oh, I don't remember.
Well, was it a long time ago? Was it yesterday? I mean,
no, it was like a couple weeks ago. But I don't remember like the exact date.
Maybe a month ago, right?
Maybe? It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. I mean, I find, Maud, you're not going to agree. You think it was like a really nice message, and I can see why you would think that. But the interesting part is, first, you have to pull all your videos. That's step number one.
Yeah.
He won't even have a discussion with you until you pull all your videos. He could have ordered it saying, let's have a discussion first. And then if we resolve things, then maybe you'll pull your videos after that. But his first condition was for you to pull your videos. I thought that was interesting.
Well, why
Yeah.
does he want that though?
Because he doesn't want people knowing about his relationship with Chris Jones and the situation that happened with him and Zaire. That was evident in that message, wasn't it?
His donation streams are drying up, and he's not getting the support from the people in the town because the people in the town, or the county, I should say, I mean, he detailed the story about the two ladies in the gas station. They don't like him there. And so they're not bringing their classes, or nobody's bringing tours there. And it's basically cutting into his donation stream is the way I'm interpreting it. And he's thinking that Mark is somehow, by getting rid of his videos, that's somehow going to help people in the county to be able to trust Kent Hovind again and bring their groups there.
Well, they didn't like Kent before I was ever even there.
I think that Kent's pretty honest about his relationship with Chris Jones, so I don't think that is it. I think that it's about the gospel.
Do you think he's honest when he says that Chris Jones was set up by the police department or the
I think he's
government
wrong.
or New World Order or whatever?
I think he's wrong, and he believes him. I don't think he's lying, and I think that it's about the gospel. It's always been about that, and it's free, too. So, I mean, these people coming to visit aren't guaranteed donations, you know? It's, I don't know. Big Bad Mama's obviously not going to believe that, but Mark, you were there. You know, you live there. You know what's important to Kent. So
and it's
you
not
read
what you
that
think.
with a different frame of mind, you know?
I don't think Kent cares about the gospel, and I think he tells people they're harming the cause of Christ to spiritually manipulate them.
It's a guilt
trip. You are, though.
But I'm not. I'm not that powerful to harm the cause of Christ. Are you serious? Like,
in this case,
I don't have that power.
Case,
I'm not saying that Jesus invited Chris Jones to a children's ministry. I'm saying Kent did that. How does that? What is the cause of Christ anyway? Can you even define what that is?
Well, people don't want to deal with a guy that's what you're making him out to look like. I mean,
I'm not making him out to look like anything. He's done this to himself. I didn't make the choices he made. Actually, I advised him not to let the guy come back, and even gave him an ultimatum. If he does come back, I'm gone. You're going to lose a good worker. And
I think, sorry, Mark, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Mark, you're kind of saying, and of course, I'm an atheist, but you're saying that how can you harm the cause of Christ when Christ is God? Yeah. Christ is the Almighty. It's like saying when Bolin said, "Gangster, you're blocking the Holy Spirit." The Holy Spirit is a power beyond our thoughts in a Christian's belief. So how could any of us be presumptuous enough to think that we could have that power to block the cause of Christ or the Holy Ghost? Is that accurate, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, what a weak God to be thwarted by little old me. I mean, who am I? I've got like 500 subscribers. God has like billions. So, I mean, I ain't nobody.
If people aren't reading the Bible, how would you suggest that message get to them?
Read their Bible. Everybody has one.
Who's going to tell them that?
I mean, Bibles.
I've got one. right here.
But someone would need to tell you to look at it. You know, like most people don't even, most Christians don't even pick it up. So how
Yeah,
would you
I know.
message that
And
people
that's the
needed to
problem.
hear? If people needed to hear this message, how would he do it? How would God do it?
What message?
The gospel. I
Well,
don't care
Kent
what you
doesn't
believe.
preach the gospel. Kent teaches creation and debates
Yeah,
atheists.
that's
It's
that
not the
gets
gospel.
that leads people to Jesus, and it
How?
strengthens Christians' faith.
Does
Christians,
it really,
not
though?
Christian. Yeah, it did for
Does it
me.
really, though?
It inspired you to go and live there. So yeah, I think so. I mean, how else would he get the message to people? We may not like Kent, but Moses wasn't a perfect person either. Wasn't he like a murderer? Not saying he's Moses, okay? So relax. I'm not
He says he's
saying
Moses.
that.
He compares himself to Moses all the time.
I'm just saying we listen to Moses, right? Like, it could be worse.
Okay, should we? Interesting email though, or text, right, Mon?
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Let's go on with the Lupin video. We'll get.
Go ahead, gangster.
Global system. That is going to happen, Mark. I mean, you're going
The
to see.
Hegelian dialectic is what you're describing.
Yes, it is a Galilean dialect. Yes.
So, okay. So who are they? And when are they supposedly going to do this system?
We're watching it unfold before our eyes, Mark.
Well, like who though? And what?
You have to be paying attention into. I know you're not. I know you're asking these questions because you know the. I know you're smarter than you're putting on to be. So you're asking these questions to get information for counterintelligence. I know this play. I know this play.
No, I'm asking a question because I want to know your answer.
What answer do you want?
Who are they?
Who are they in
Setting up
what?
What system?
It's going to be
a lot.
It's going to be the papacy. The papacy is going to be a large part of it. And then it's also going to be the governments of other nations that are going to form a system of a one world government. And they are going to create this facade of unity, but really what they are doing is going to make you abandon Christ, basically apostatize from Christ, or die. So you make your choice. Are you going to go along with that one world government, or are you willing to die for the name of Jesus Christ?
So again, who are they?
I told you who they are. Were you not listening?
No, I was listening. You
I
said
said the
I should
papacy
be paying
and
attention, that I was smarter than
no,
that.
no. I said the papacy and other world governments.
The papacy. So I did ask you who is the Pope.
You didn't ask me who the Pope was.
I did.
Who's the
So,
Pope?
well,
The
okay,
Vicar
who
of
is the Pope?
Christ?
Who is the Pope?
The Pope right now, the current Pope?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
Catholic. I don't keep up with
Yeah,
that
I mean,
stuff.
neither am I. But it's not who the Pope is. It's the system of the papacy.
Right.
They're
How
all
much power does
Antichrist.
the
They have
Roman Catholic Church have? Because they
a
can't
lot,
tax you, they
a
can't
lot.
imprison you, they can't,
Oh,
conscript you to
just
serve
wait.
in the military.
Just
So
wait.
how much power do they really have?
Just wait and see. Just wait and see.
I mean, that's really, not an answer.
Well, that's my answer. You can take it or leave it. Yeah, I mean,
But how?
listen,
How does that work?
Oh, there's
I mean,
there's
they
a
tried in like the late 1930s with the Nazis. The Roman Catholic Church buddied up with
yeah, the Nazis.
Hitler and the National Socialists, but that was an utter
I,
failure.
I'm
And
gonna do you a
Aerosmith
favor, and
won.
I'm gonna turn you up just a little bit because you're being a little bit more cordial.
It's been the exact same manner this entire time.
No, not always. Not always. You were trying to talk over me, and I told you I wasn't going to let you do that. So I'm turning you up a little bit here because I like to be fair around here. I like to be fair.
I'm about to win this race, boy. Yeah.
Why don't you just do the rubber band technique where you just tie your rubber band and put it like on autopilot and just get, the billion points or whatever to where you can get everything. Do you not know about that?
Boom. That's not fun.
I mean, depends on how you look at it. Could be.
I mean, I could let my computer burn electricity and waste all that time not doing stuff I want to do.
But Mark, you'll get like
or
a
I could
billion.
play the game.
But you'll get like a billion points, Mark, and you can unlock every vehicle.
I don't care about all that. I like to race. I want to win.
Wow. Okay. Why don't you rent a Ferrari for like 3 hours?
Rent a Ferrari?
Yeah, rent a Ferrari at a
Rent
racetrack.
a Ferrari?
Rent a Ferrari. Is that not
Ferrari.
No, in real life, not in a game.
I've never driven a Ferrari, but I have driven a Lamborghini Gallardo, 2005.
Yeah, how's that?
Burnt orange, freaking beautiful. It was fun.
Did you redline it?
No, it was on public roads.
Ah, pussy. I mean, that's unfortunate.
Well, I got to feel the power. I did. I just, within reason. 0 to 60 is a hell of a drug.
Oh no, I whiplashed my friend's Mustang because I was young and in high school, and apparently I didn't know how to drive a stick shift Mustang as well as I thought I did, and I almost ended up in a river with my friend and his girl. But I was a good friend. I helped him fix it with a couple wire hangers. His fender was a little messed up. Got a couple wire hangers. We fixed it up nice.
Good.
Yeah. His suspension may have never been the same, but at least we had his fender looking nice.
That's what really matters.
Exactly. The important things,
This Ferrari is fast. Really fast.
Why don't you do like a McLaren?
I don't think I have a McLaren. I could buy one.
Yeah, you should get that rubber band.
But I'd rather just play the game.
Oh, man. Mark, what am I going to do with you, man? What am I going to do with you, dude?
That's up to you, bro.
Were they ever able to wake up Chuck, or did he?
No, I have no idea.
not
I
out?
quit paying attention to that a while ago.
Somebody do a wellness check on him.
He's probably just asleep.
I'm going to refrain from commenting.
Passed out drunk.
You said it. I didn't.
I did say it. And Chuck can refute it if he wants to. Or not.
I don't judge. I have a little drink right here.
I'm out of beer. I ran out of beer several hours ago.
Is Washington a dry state?
6-pack from the other day. Dude, Washington is like no holds bar. You do whatever you want, drink whatever you want, smoke whatever you want.
Is are all drugs
You can
legal?
even challenge somebody to a duel in Washington. Mutual combat. That's an actual thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Washington's wild, man.
I'm gonna send Dustin up there so you guys can have mutual combat.
Dustin lives here.
Even better.
He was supposed to come punch me in my face twice.
No, I'm pretty sure he was gonna kick you in the balls.
Well, that would be unfortunate, but no, he never showed up.
You guys crack me up, man. You guys crack me up.
Good. I'm glad to be of some entertainment for you.
I mean, you guys crack me up in a way where it's how do they call it? A comedic tragedy or something of that rather. Hold on for a second. I need to yell at somebody.
Such an enlightening conversation.
Okay, all right. I finished yelling. Dealing with
what happened to Mortal Kombat?
Oh, I turned it off because I wanted to speak with you.
Oh. I wanted to play games with you. I've been driving around this whole time.
What do you play on Steam?
I got Steam, I got Epic, I got EA, all that, Xbox.
What other games do you have other than the shitty ones?
Is there anything more to this conversation?
I think you guys
Mark?
hate me. I think you guys
here we
really
go.
hate me because you know I'm dead ass relatable to a lot of you guys.
Is that what it is?
Honestly, I really think that's what it is.
I think this saying is they hate us because they ain't us, not they hate us because they just like us.
Something of that rather. Mark, are you still a Christian?
I've always been a Christian.
Yeah.
I've never not been a Christian. I can't remember a time when I didn't believe. How's that?
Okay. Oh.
That guy was in my way.
No, you did that on purpose. That wasn't very Christian-like. I'm going to put that Catholic guilt on you. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
No, that guy I went for. All right, I'm going to do this race.
Let me see here. Let's see what I do. I do a lot of alpha and beta testing for a lot of private companies. They pay me to test their games and find bugs. So a lot of the games that I have, you will not know of because they are not out on the market.
I have Fortnite. I played Fortnite with Logan the other day.
I'm going to kick you out of the stream now. It was nice talking to you.
Killed it, bro. We got 4 victories. First place 4 times. It was awesome. I've never played Fortnite before, but he talked me into it.
I'm sad. I'm just sad that you even play Fortnite.
It was fun. We had a good time. I mean, we were winning, but yeah.
Hey, Mark, tell me the truth. Hey, you know that edit that Gangster Ghost did on me?
The what?
You know that edit that Gangster Ghost said he did on me?
Which one?
Let me show you. Because I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. Do you do his edits for him, or does he do it?
No. He is his own
Does
magician.
Big Bad Mama do him?
No. He does all his own stuff.
Then that dude is a low-key genius. He's so much
He really
smarter
is.
than you guys.
You have no idea.
No, I do. I admire him. Because it was funny. I'm going to show you what it reminded me of.
Who wanted to watch this anyway? Oh, I looked away and it crashed. That's what happens. Well, crap.
Let me
End of
see.
that.
Have you ever seen this guy? Yeah. Let me share my screen. Let me know when you're watching.
Yeah, I can see it.
Today's subject, slavery and freedom. You think about this, houses of worship
Houses.
for religions, are they free? Do they actually have a working tabernacle, sundisk, or monstrance, or the device that was used to create their religion and their religion's leaders use to see an invisible body of light with a head, a torso, 2 arms, and 2 legs place itself on a cross to create them in its image while doing the miracles of every religion, son of God, messenger of God, or God? Or does the church, when they get enough money from their congregation to make a working monstrance for their flock and set them free, do they take that money and spend it on something else, keeping slaves and taking away their freedom?
It was just funny because it reminded me of that. Why am I under this account? Let me see. No.
Yeah, I'm not really sure I followed what he was trying to say there.
Exactly, that's the point. That is the exact point. Because then you look at this. Let me show you. Like videos.
Can you pause it for a second?
Let's see.
Do we get into any more juicy stuff here, Mark?
I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I was on
No.
there. I don't remember being on there that long.
Okay, I think it's almost
been-
over, actually.
Yeah,
it looks
'cause
like it.
he
He
plays
showed
that
my
video. Yeah, he plays that video. Mark's like, I'm gone. He just gets bored and takes off.
Sounds like me.
That was
Sounds like
interesting.
I
That's
just think it's
exactly
funny, like the interesting part of the conversation, with like him saying that there's going to be a one world government and it's going to be the papacy, and I was really trying to press him on how is that going to work, because he was talking over me when I said it, but the Roman Catholic Church can't tax, they can't conscript, they can't imprison you, they can't do anything. They have no power over citizens. I mean, you have to submit to their power, the authority of the Roman Catholic Church if you choose to be a Catholic. Sure, but they got nothing on me. They got nothing on you guys. So I just don't see how that can be like some one world governing system.
You want me to explain it to you?
Well, yeah, but like he says we can see it all around us, right? I don't see it.
I mean, didn't he say that the papacy is going to use the world governments to control the citizens ultimately? But he couldn't really provide specifics about it.
Yeah, I doubt that'll ever happen. I mean, people can't stand the Catholic Church right now.
It's not going to happen. The Catholic Church doesn't have near that power. I have a feeling Lupin was Catholic at some point, and he's like completely rebelled against it to where he's made it the villain in his life. That's my theory.
Stump. I think Stump has convinced him that, because Stump really doesn't like the Catholic Church.
I
so-
think Stump was Catholic too. I'll bet you.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He said
Okay. See, I didn't know that, but I do know that.
Stump
Because
said
both of them say the same thing, and I'll bet you they both were Catholic before.
Lupin liked to say put Catholic guilt on people. He said that the Father Charles, he said that the other, he said the Mark.
Well, Lupin can't get over the fact that Father Charles does not worship the Pope. I mean, there was a schism back in like 1050 or something like that where they broke apart. I mean, it doesn't even know any of the. I mean, I don't know if that's an accurate year or not, but doesn't he know any of the church history?
No. He
That's a lot of that conspiracy realm stuff too, is turning against the Catholic Church and thinking that they're, part of the New World Order, and a lot of that stuff comes from there.
After you left, Mark, I seen on there he played Alex Jones on there.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
God.
why I left. That's why I left, because I wasn't about to just listen to that crap. Yeah, the Great Schism was a formal split between the Eastern Orthodox and Roman Catholic Church in 1054 AD.
Oh, Aiden said this, Big Ben Mama.
Oh, cool. I was pretty close. I was 4 years off.
Hey, for some sense, when the papacy stayed on one point of all Italy and had a large standing army, but I promise you, Lupin is ignored on when the papacy even exists. Oh,
Yeah, so basically, the Eastern Church and the Western Church, which they were all Catholic at the time, they excommunicated each other's leaders. So that was the schism.
yeah, they broke into two. One to be Orthodox, one to be Roman Catholic.
Right.
All right.
And then Catholicism in the 16th century broke up into Protestants, and the Protestants broke away. And then, of course, the Church of England broke away with Henry VIII and his second wife, Anne Boleyn, because they wouldn't grant his divorce to Catherine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there, but I just don't see any form of church taking over the world's governments and ordering us around. Like, I don't even see that in the scripture.
I heard that other people would try to say it's Islam going to be the Antichrist religion. What do you think of that?
Can you repeat that, Logan?
I heard other people say it's, Islam going to be the Antichrist religion.
Oh, well, I mean, I think that they view Islam in the same light as they view Catholicism ultimately, and Mormonism, and
Wouldn't it be like Jewish? Something Jewish? I mean,
Judaism.
yeah, I mean, something similar to that, I would think.
Would be the Antichrist?
Yeah, like, I think it's definitely, because they don't believe in Christ, so that makes sense. And then,
I heard.
go ahead.
Oh yeah, I heard that probably from Steve Anderson, I think.
What?
I mean, Islam, of course, believes that Christ was a great prophet, but Judaism does not, believes that he was basically a charlatan, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the Antichrist, Maud?
I don't know. He may not even be here. But if I had to pick someone on Earth right now, it would be Jared Kushner. But
Who's
he
that?
doesn't fit all the Trump's son-in-law.
Trump's son.
Yeah.
He is, I wouldn't, of course I wouldn't agree he's the Antichrist, but he is a crooked criminal.
What about
and
Joe Biden's son?
But isn't he a Christian?
Who? Jared Kushner?
No, he's Jewish.
He's a Jew, yeah.
And Donald Trump's daughter converted to Judaism, Ivanka.
And he's a freaking genius. Like,
but he's not as smart as Big Bad Mama.
I mean, you can be
got
smart
more money than I do.
Still do dumb things.
Oh, I heard from this one guy that Antichrist is going to come from Greece. Is that true?
Is it Achilles?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna break everybody's bubble here. It was Titus and the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and was it also Claude?
No.
Oh,
Yes, it was Titus and Claude.
My second guess would be Aiden as the Antichrist.
but he's Canadian, eh?
Yep.
That just proves it more.
Yeah.
Funny. Father Charles always brings up about Katie saying the Antichrist would come from Greece.
Achilles would make a good like like a demon or something in a movie if you've seen the guy and with his voice and stuff.
Yeah.
What if
he would be great in a horror movie. He's really missing his calling there.
Achilles is a funny guy. He's just a lovable guy.
Oh, he's so lovable.
He's a crazy.
I just want to give him a hug and tell him that the world's filled with flowers and love.
Oh.
Give him a big hug around the neck.
Right.
He built his own computer.
What's that?
He knows how to build computers too, just like you.
Oh, he is a bright person. I'm not going to take that away from him. He's just, I don't know. I'm not going to rag on him.
He's a funny guy. Oh,
Canada's Mystery Babylon.
no. What if Justin Bieber's the Antichrist?
Now that's believable.
I thought he was a Christian.
Oh.
Who?
The Biebs.
Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop people from calling him a Satanist. They say he's part of the Illuminati and the lizard people and
the only
These
one
people
I
have been
believe.
watching too much Alex Jones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you part of the
Justin Bieber.
Big Grandmama?
What's that?
Are you part of the lizard people?
Am I what?
Are you a lizard people?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to answer that.
Who I think is part of the lizard people?
I have been accused by two people in my life of being an alien, and that's a true story.
Really?
Was it
Yes.
Wesley?
No,
Weird.
no, nobody nobody on here, but
Was it Big Bad Mama?
Well, I know
was
one
it
was me.
yes.
Miss
Right.
Claude?
And
I
they
said I
didn't
know
mean
one
it
was
in a bad way, but they did say that they thought that I was an alien.
Why would they say that for?
I just, the things I talked about with them, that was the conclusion they came up with. This was like quite a while ago, probably at least 10 years ago. I don't know.
Oh, no. What
I might have an idea.
all right. Your mom and dad sent you here for their planet explode. You landed on a spaceship you landed here on a farm. Your mom and dad raised you.
What? Yeah, my planet did explode, but my father had put me on a small spacecraft before the explosion, and they knew that Earth existed, and so they sent me to the Earth.
Yeah. The planet of the
as a baby, and then my parents found me in a field.
Wow.
The planet of the Big Bad Mamas.
But I keep my powers secret.
Yeah. Because you don't want anyone to know your secrets.
Right.
Like Mark. Mark could rip apart a card with his bare hands.
Like what? A birthday card?
Yeah.
Well, Miss Odd, she's part angel, part princess.
Missy Maud can rip a beer can in half with her teeth.
I probably can. I don't know.
Did you know that?
But
Me?
Logan, did you know that Missy Maud could rip a beer can in half with her teeth?
Yeah. and she can fly too.
Mm-hmm.
But Mark, he could. He doesn't need guns. His hands is his weapons. Right,
He
Mark?
had to register his hands with the government as lethal weapons.
That's right.
Well, they ain't lethal weapons, mine, but they're gonna become weapons one day.
Yours?
Yeah.
Who
I
are
mean,
you gonna? Who are you gonna beat?
well, I can't say publicly, but I already told you, BBM. Don't tell anyone.
Okay. Okay.
You're like, I don't remember, but okay.
Lupin is a werewolf.
Well,
I can see that. Lupin looks like a were bulldog or like a small like a were chihuahua or something.
he calls himself a whale wolf.
A whale wolf?
Yes. He said that, not me.
Sounds about right.
Oh,
He's a funny guy. Lupin. Yeah. Let's say.
I hate
he's
that
a
when
funny
people say stuff about people's physical appearance. It's like, I just want to freaking slap people. I shouldn't have even said that. You know?
I thought Lupin and Mark had a pretty good conversation there, considering kind of the past interactions they've had.
Yeah. And here's the thing: of all the protagonists out there that are in the Hoven camp that are just vile and disgusting people, Lupin is probably the most likable.
Thanks.
Yeah, he's a lovable little guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk with Lupin if he comes on. You know, I haven't like blocked him from my consciousness or anything.
Well, what
Do
about
you block
me?
him from your life?
Block him from my life?
Did you block him from your heart?
No.
What will you do? If
I like these. I like you know, and I have problems with all these people, but the P-Towns and the Sea Sciences and the Lupins and I'm not going to go that far.
But it's funny what Lupin said. Oh, here's a MeTow case for Jesus has a MeTow case. It was under that. I took a clip of Pete Town saying that weird thing. Getting smacked in the butt in the shower. And he said, Jesus got a Me Too case.
Oh, somebody said that in the who said that in the chat?
Yeah, Lupin. It was
Lupin.
on the
Okay.
comments. Mark respond to him.
Yeah.
And he responded back to you, Mark.
I know. I've seen it.
He said,
I said, did gay Jesus approach P-Town 6000 in the shower? Sounds like a lawsuit to me. And then Lupin said, just because you slap someone on the butt in the shower doesn't make them gay, Mark.
Jeez.
Doesn't make Joyce Fun happy.
Yeah.
What do you think of that, Big Bad Bubba?
Pretty funny.
Pete Town is a weird type of guy. It's weird. Every time you look
I don't mind
up,
P-Town. I've actually enjoyed his last shows that he's had on. So,
what do you think of that show he commented on the evolution thing?
P-Town?
Yeah, the video of evolution.
Oh, okay. It was about the early hominids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really pay attention to that because I was being a troll at the time.
Yeah, he was crazy at it. Ended up kicking Aiden off.
Oh, did he?
He flushed them, I guess. Yeah. He wanted Aiden to come on. He didn't come back on, but. Yeah,
And now he gave Missy Maud that idea, and she just wants to flush even like people that she loves.
I was so afraid to do it with you in the room, Big Bad Mama, because I know you were like, don't you ever flush me. I'll never come back on here again. I'm like, I didn't want you to like get, mad about it or something.
Oh, Mr.
But Robin do it in the chat, so.
Are you going to do that show?
What show?
The one show.
Probably not.
With yeah, Dan said earlier that he wanted to do a show on your show. At the show.
Yeah. Dan sent me an email saying something about how
Oh, when's that going to be?
I'm not doing it because yeah, I got those 3 shows. The one tomorrow, and then the Wavelength show is tomorrow, and then Terry, and then the and then
So is the
that's
one
it.
on Earl's channel tomorrow, or?
Yeah, on the Wavelength.
Okay. Oh, is that what it's called? It's not. It's not.
Oh, it's Ride the Wavelength, I think.
Ride the Wavelength. Okay.
Yeah, and then it's like her show's called like the Black Pearl or something.
Oh, okay.
I
That'll
don't
be
even know
cool.
what it's gonna be. I don't even know what it's gonna be about. But
Is he fried?
who?
Kentucky Aces.
Um.
And he's a chicken.
Yeah,
He's a
man,
good
I wanted
guy.
to talk to him a little bit too because I've been hearing some stuff about him that interests me a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know when that's going to happen or what.
Kentucky Aces fried chicken.
Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's just there's a lot of stuff like he's got a lot of history in drugs, and man, he showed his mugshots one night, and there was like 50 of them or something. I'm like, holy crap!
Wow.
Yeah, which he's open with it, so I'm not like saying anything that he hasn't said, but yeah, totally interested in that, hearing about that.
Big Bad Mama. What if they had a Kentucky fried Aces chicken?
A Kentucky Fried Atheist chicken. I would protect it.
In the UK,
atheists protect one another, whether we're humans or chickens.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
UK, they should change it to UKFC, United Kingdom Fried Chicken.
It doesn't sound very good fried chicken.
What about
find out they're using Christians in their chicken?
You're kind of making me hungry for chicken.
Well, you want to eat Christian chicken? Oh, it's holy chicken. Oh, sorry. You ever had church's chicken?
I've heard of church's chicken. Yep.
It's holy chicken.
Oh, church's chicken. Yeah.
It's blessed by a priest.
I eat Popeyes now and again, or sometimes El Pollo Loco.
What about Mark? You ever eat church's chicken? Are you there, Mark?
Yeah.
Oh, you ever eat church's chicken? It's holy chicken.
I have eaten it before.
Is it best?
I like KFC better.
Is it blessed by a priest?
No.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get going pretty soon, guys.
Thank you for coming on, Big Bad Mama.
Okay. It was fun.
Yeah, we miss you already. Well, I do.
Oh, I miss you.
Are there any other streams coming on today that we can stir up some trouble?
Not to my knowledge. Do you know Big Bad? He disappeared.
Why would he say he's going to leave in a minute and then leave right then?
He had to go.
Well, I didn't want him to go.
Oh, she loves her Big Bad Mamas.
I do, very much. He's a good...
Oh, yeah, I don't think there was any shows coming on today, Mr. Mark.
No, that's okay. I forgive you.
Oh, thank you. Do you think it's because they feared the missing mod?
Probably.
It's definitely not that. Definitely not that. Well, maybe I should start up a show and then everybody else will. Actually, that'd probably work.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Or we could just go hijack Chuck's show.
Well, why didn't... I wish you would make that announcement.
I think as soon as yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there even is an announcement. I don't know. Chuck's pretty funny, so he likes to prank.
Nobody pranks better than Aiden. That was creme de la creme of pranks. Top tier.
I guess.
Did you
I don't
see
even
that
know what
video?
happened. Which one?
The one where Aiden pranked Brother Pike?
See, but
I've
that's the
seen the
thing.
first
It's more than just a video. It's like it was like a running thing, and he had everybody fooled.
I don't know what happened though. Did
That
he pretend? Did he pretend that the guy on eBay ripped him off? Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how funny that is, but good prank, I guess. I don't know. That's what I thought was going on, but I haven't really been paying attention because, yeah,
Oh, it's a lot.
yeah.
Why did Dan's... you say you're doing a show tomorrow around 12?
No, tomorrow I have I'm going on the wavelength. It'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
What is that?
It's a show that, do you know Justin, the guy that sometimes mods on
Oh, yeah.
man. Yeah, that guy. Him and I Killed Earl.
You did?
No, I didn't.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, they have a channel, and she's gonna do like a show on there, and then me and Robin are gonna go on there tomorrow.
But why did she kill Earl?
I don't know. Probably because he was an asshole, or I don't know. I think it's from that song, from that country song from back in the day, but I don't know. I haven't asked, so. And then I'm gonna have a show on my channel. I don't know. My internet's been crazy, but I'm gonna have Terry Strange on. It's a girl that I met through Adam.
Is she strange?
She is, actually. I like her.
Oh, okay.
But you might have
What
seen her.
about-
She's been on Adam's show a couple times. I don't know if you watch
And
Adam's show
Laura?
or not, Logan. Yeah.
What about his wife, Eve?
I don't know. He doesn't talk about her much.
What do you think of that, Mark?
Yeah.
See? But Mark, did you guys get me fix everything with that one guy?
What do you mean?
Dan?
I've said pretty much all I have to say about it. If he wants to keep running his yap, he's welcome to it. But I mean, he's already proven himself to be a dishonest and disingenuous person.
That was crazy what happened. That's just crazy. What do you think, Miss Mudd? Is that just crazy?
I think the whole thing is crazy. I'm just like, who cares?
But the part when
it's not worth fighting over.
that was just so crazy. He brought his kid into it. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't think it was anything nefarious, but what do I know?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think so. We'll just blame Aiden.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But Mark, what do you do? It turns out the Antichrist does come from Greece, and he's Achilles.
Well, I mean that's already happened. Like that's ancient history.
Well, what if? What if?
Then I would have to reject the Bible because it's very clear that the things that were spoken of were imminent in that day.
It's very clear, huh?
Yeah, well, when Jesus is standing in front of a group of people and says, "Some of you shall not taste death until you see the Son of Man come in glory and power," yeah, that's pretty dang clear.
But I think Achilles is just a lovable guy. He's just so funny. Every time he talks, he's just funny. Right, Miss Mother?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Can you hear
He's
me?
just a funny little guy. Yeah, I can
Yep.
hear you.
Okay.
I did
Yeah,
a
he's got-
video on the imminence of the return of Christ in the first century, according to the Gospels. It's about 20 minutes long, and it highlights some of the key passages that point to an imminent second coming, not a future thing.
Oh, I would remember that.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. I spent quite a bit of time on that one.
Oh, but is it because you're a Jesuit priest?
I'm not, though.
Oh, okay.
Don't Jesuits still think the end is near or something? Like, what do they believe? I don't even know.
Not a clue.
Yeah, I
You
don't
should
think
have
they're.
Father Charles. He should know. He's Father Charles. Thank you, Mark and Miss Ahmad.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta
you're
go.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for controlling everything for me, Mark.
No problem, anytime.
You're a scholar and a gentleman.
Why, thank you.
In the show. Thank you so much, Mark.